I just say that,
Yeah.
yeah, let's enough about politics because people
Yeah.
are probably going to be like, getting all pissed off. And maybe, I don't know. But let's talk about UFOs, man.
What's up, everybody? Richard from TrueShot here, and welcome to the 25th episode of the TrueShot Guest Spot Podcast. My guest today is a fellow reactor, a fellow YouTube personality, Metal Burb. This is his second time on the podcast, and this is without Metal Babe, because as you guys know, Metal Burb has kind of gone solo at this point now, which I think is awesome. I not that we all love Metal Babe, right? But Metal Burb does a really great job. As I mean, if you watch this, you probably know who he is, but the guy does awesome reviews, very honest with his opinions. And in this episode, man, this is a longer podcast, but we touch on a lot of topics. Now, I'll just be straight up with you. We do kind of delve into a little bit of, I guess it's like politics light. It's not really politics. It's kind of skirting around that, but it's more so about, social media and the censorship and stuff like that. But we also talk about UFOs, we talk about reaction channel. I mean, we talk about just so many different things. It's crazy. It's a lot of fun. And in advance, I just want to let you know that we kind of touched on those subjects. I know some people might get upset about that, and that's okay. But, I thought that for how we talked about it, I thought it was okay. It wasn't like 2 hours of, so what did you think about Nancy Pelosi the other day? No, it's nothing like that. It's a good time between two guys just chatting about life and things going on. So I hope you enjoy it, and without further ado, here is Metal Burb.
So let's fucking do it.
All right, Metal Burb, what's up, my man?
Do it. Man, I've been thinking about getting rid of that tagline, eh?
Why? How come?
Because YouTube monetization, first of all. It's like anytime I want to monetize a video, it's just like, do you use profanity? I'm like, no.
Well, with your accent, you could just say you were saying flocking or something. You could
True, I know. I'm super Canadian, eh? But yeah.
Yeah, man. No, but how's it going, man? How you doing?
Good. Super busy. Work full time, and I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm doing it with the YouTube stuff. Like with COVID and everything, like I'm just stuck at home, just grinding every single day, and just like every day is like a blur.
Any cabin fever starting to sit in or anything like that?
A little bit, honestly. Like, I don't know, man. Like, well, I'm going to get right into the deep stuff, but yeah, well,
we don't waste time here on the True Shot, guys.
I know, right? I don't waste time. I don't like doing small talk anyway, but like,
me neither.
Well, with the cabin fever kind of stuff, like, I did my top 10 lists, right? And I worked so hard on those lists. Those videos took like, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours each, like filming and editing and stuff. And that was all during my holiday break. But then afterwards, when I uploaded it, there was just a lot of negativity in the comments and stuff. And really? I don't know, man. It was getting to me because like people were getting like pissed off about like, a certain band not being number one or something. I'm just like, well, frig, man, these are just my lists. I can't please everyone. But it was just like, it was getting too much and no one's really like caring about the quality or anything. Well, at least that I don't know of. So, and then just being stuck at home, I'm like, I got to get off the internet. Like, so after I made all those videos, I made a post like deleting all social media. And I did. Like, I took off the icons off the apps off my phone, and I just needed a good reset. It was only like 5 days, but like I had to like shut off the internet.
Yeah, something's better than nothing, man. Yeah, I know for me, because I have I need to, anytime I used to see a notification, I'm just one of those people that if I see like the one over, I just can't. I have to de-notify it. You know what I mean? So I ended up just disabling my notifications, and I've noticed that it makes a lot of a difference. Otherwise, I mean, I'm usually on there anyway because of the band and stuff like that, because I got two old geezers in the band who don't even know how to post to their goddamn story. But, so I'm on there. But no, man, it's super important to de-stress, to get away from that kind of stuff. And, talking about your production level on your videos, unfortunately, I think that's one of those things that unless somebody is a creator or just somebody who's, not just somebody that is a little bit more intelligent than, a general member of society, they're not going to really appreciate that. And that's unfortunate because I can tell that you do a lot of work with your videos. for us, it's so simple. It takes me like literally 5 minutes. Like not like really like it's like because it's like a podcast almost. So I just kind of go
You
through it
guys
real
are
quick.
smart.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously.
What do you do? We have the same thumbnail for every video, different background.
No one gives a shit. And me, I'm like making sure every thumbnail is like perfect and no one cares. But
Well, dude, I love it though, man, because they're super. I mean, for me, like they're super engaging. And I think that if you had a channel that was, you know, like a punk rock NBA style with your thumbnail skills, I think you would do wonders. I think with reactions, I don't know, man. It's almost just like people are just like they just want to click on the reaction, go to where the music starts, wait till it ends, get out of there. Like
I
unless you
know
have like your segmented fan base, but yeah.
headbang to the breakdown, like or dislike if you did. But yeah,
Yeah.
I leave timestamps now on my videos for the
I
intro.
saw
Like,
that. That's actually I do watch you. I'm not like one of these people like, oh, how you doing? I do watch you a lot.
yeah, and I think like it's for the newcomers who don't really like know me or you. They just like skip right to the reaction. But like
Right.
to everyone else, they might want to know how you're doing and stuff, so they can like listen to you talk. But I figure
Yeah.
might as well throw a timestamp for people who don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, and I mean you offer a lot of really good insight. I think the reason why I did it with Adam originally is because I'm not like a musician. Like I don't play guitar or anything like that. So he offers that, but you do, so you can really touch on that. So you kind of do what Adam and I do in one person, which I think is really cool. And I really look forward to your comments, especially like on our stuff and stuff like that. Like I don't even I'm not even there when you're doing reactions to our music. I'm not even there for the song. I just want the after part. Like that's what I'm really like getting there for. But the reaction to the actual music is like the build up for it.
Yeah, I know. That's how I feel too. Like, even with my videos, I don't even really consider myself a reactor. Like, I know like I am, but like I don't think my reactions are that great. Like, go watch Hardcore Keen where he just like he's
Yeah.
amazing at it. I feel like I'm way more of a reviewer. So like I'm just kind of sitting there. You might get like a woo out of me or a holy shit, but that's about it. And
I
I
know that
hate go
I
on,
know,
sorry.
well, I was just gonna say, I know that you definitely do the woo because we broke the woo record. So there we go. Very nice. But
It's so weird. I can't help it.
yeah,
Woo!
I love that, man. Nah, dude, it's an interesting field. It's one that like I don't know. Everybody has their own style, I guess, but I don't know. I guess the person who just genuinely loves the music, and not to say that other people don't, but I really like to hear the thoughts at the end. I mean, because I'm already going to listen to the song because I like it. So like, if you're vibing with it and running around going crazy, I mean that's cool. But I want to hear a genuine thought on it. But
Yeah, 100%, especially if you're in a band, right?
yeah, exactly. And I just want to say I haven't actually been able to thank you in person, but what you had said about our last song, I was completely blown away. I couldn't believe it. When my thing, I don't know if you watched you were on the stream, I believe, but
Oh
when
yeah, I was creeping.
oh yeah.
I was like playing video games too, but like watching, waiting for you guys to react to mine. But
Yeah.
I was like enjoying the Twitch stream. It was fun. But you go on, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say because when you brought up the marketing part of it and stuff like that, I mean that's the part that I was just like, listen, if he didn't like the music, that's fine. This is the part that I really care about.
Man, because you guys are actually crushing it in terms of marketing like stuff. During the last podcast, you were asking me some marketing tips for a band, and like I don't know, man. Like I couldn't even answer it because that's the $1,000,000 question. Like I can't be like
Yeah.
bands need to go on LinkedIn. That's where it is. That's where the secret magic is. Like there's no definitive answer. It's literally hustle. Like hustle is what like it
Yeah.
goes for any business for bands. Like you got to plug in your music everywhere, blogs, what like websites, YouTube, social media. You got to go ham every single day. And so with you guys with this reaction channel, it's just like man, you are grinding all the time. Like I know you're saying that your podcast like videos only take like 8 minutes, but you still upload like 2 to 3 times a day, which is insane.
Well, so that so we want to do once a day, but what ends up happening is between Patreon and then sometimes like I don't know. We'll just get a band that hits us up out of the blue, and I'm just like, all right, screw it. Let's just do, like I'm just feeling nice that day or something like that. But then, yeah, like Patreon is a big part of it because here's the thing. If we weren't a band, I don't think I would do the Patreon pay for a reaction model, but where we are trying to make this self-sustaining, and that is a huge part of it is the Patreon.
Yeah, I know. My patrons are like everything. They're
Yeah.
like literally the reason that keeps the channel going. What people don't realize, if it wasn't for them, I'm like, I don't need to make a video. But for them, I'm like, shit, I need to make a MVB video. Patrons for anyone else that's listening that doesn't know me. But yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. They're the ones that keep the channel alive.
Yeah, no, man, it's true. And I think I'm an MVB. I'm on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Does everybody fall under the same category?
Yeah.
Am I like an official?
I don't think you're
supporter?
MVB plus.
Oh,
That's the prestige
plus.
one.
I got
you were for Amur, the Amur album reaction.
I had to see that. I mean, come on. But no, man, I'm always down to support you because I know that you put in a lot of work, man. Because I just see like even like the little things that I notice that you do. Like I know that you were just talking about your top 10 videos, but like all those honorable mentions that are like 50 of them, like is this guy out of his mind? Like that's so annoying to do. Like why would you do that? But I appreciate that level of effort and time that you put into that because that is not quick. Like that it's quick per one like clip, but to do 50 of them is just so tedious. And I would just be like, you know what? Screw this.
It was so tedious. But the whole point was like, I don't care if anyone agrees with my like number one or number two, because everyone's list is going to be different. And I just want to show people like the good tunes, what I thought were the best tunes. Like, so I'm like, when I was coming up with my honorable mentions, I'm like, I had so many. I'm like, this song was cool. This song was cool too. I'm like, fuck it. Like, I'm going to put 50. And I want people to like, there's going to be links in it because I want everyone to find new music through this channel. Like, because like, that's what I did before I even started this channel. I constantly was showing music to everyone. I was one of those annoying people, like, listen to this, listen to this. Like, even with Metal Babe on our like first couple dates, just like go in a parking lot and play like some song first, something like, it was like thrice and stuff. She's like, oh, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, it's I'm sure. Do you still to this day get questions about where's Metal Babe? I'm sure you do.
Oh yeah, but it's died down.
It's ceasing. Okay.
Man, that was tough. That was definitely a tough summer for like the both of us because obviously like she left to pursue her career. She had to do training 3 months.
She was a couple hours away, right?
It was a couple hours away. Like we visited, I think 3 times during that summer.
Okay.
But with everything combined with what was going on in 2020, COVID and everything, there wasn't much to do. All my friends like live far away now. Like I have family, but they live like an hour and a half too. So like I'm by myself and Metal Babe is away now. And my channel took a big hit too. That was another thing. Like after Metal Babe left, like a lot of the viewership went down. Like at first the viewership was like kind of like steady because people were wondering how I could do by myself, but then it quickly dipped. I'm like, shit. But like, there was so many times where I just wanted to give up because like the comments were all just like, Metal Babe, where's Metal Babe? Oh, the channel's not the same without Metal Babe. I'm like, I know, but the videos with Metal Babe, they're special. I know that, but like the longevity of the channel can't survive with us two. Like the channel's like Metal Burb. It's not Metal Burb and Metal Babe. Like you guys are a band. So that's the whole stick with you. But like with Metal Babe, I just kind of tagged her along, but then we got so many comments saying like, oh, you guys are so like entertained. Like you guys are relationship goals and stuff. I'm like, shit, like that. Thank you. But like, that wasn't the point. We just kind of filmed ourselves and we became like role models for other couples. And I thought that was like, that was crazy. I'm like, what you don't see behind the scenes. We argue and stuff. We're a super normal couple. We're on front of the camera. We're not going to be fighting from the camera and stuff. But like,
that'd be funny.
Well, there was a couple times where I left some bickering, but like it's all playful and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, no, there was times where I wanted to give up because I was getting like annoyed that I felt like no one really thought that I had value in what I was saying. I'm like, I've been listening to this music since I was 14 years old or so. Like, I feel like I have something worth saying, but like, that was how I was feeling. So, but instead I just grinded. I grinded my ass off during that summer every day, just uploading videos, trying to be creative and fun with each video. And then I brought my friend over, even though he was in some videos, but like he ended up just loving the videos with me, Metal Bro. And we just filmed a bunch and we just kept going and going. And then I just kept filming. And now the channel is like steady again. The channel is like uphill again. I think my viewership is like more now than it was with Metal Babe. So, but
well, you also have gotten, I mean, your channel has grown, but yeah, I mean, I mean, the thing is, man, I think, well, one, the 2-person dynamic is always going to be cool. Like, I just think like it's like people feeding off each other, but also, I mean, let's face it, Metal Babe's a girl, a woman. So like they're seeing a woman react to metal. So it's like, oh, this is fucking,
I know.
What the fuck is this? You know, some people can't handle it.
The thirsty dudes in the comments have all abandoned.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I mean, they've had to, maybe they've moved on to another channel. Is there any other channels out there? I know that there's definitely some other metal bands react, and you know what? Listen, we know we're the OGs, okay? So it's fine.
I see a few other couple react channels, and like all the power to them. Like I'm flattered that I'm seeing way more and stuff, and but yeah, I don't know, man. It was just tough doing it without her, but yeah, it was special, like the 2-person dynamic, because when I'm by myself and doing these videos, like sometimes my reviews might be harsh, or I might be like, what's the word I'm looking for? I just feel like I need someone there to call me out on my shit. And so when Metal Bay was there, she would just be like, "You're being snobby" or something. I'm like, and then we like laugh because like I'm aware of it. Like I can joke about the way I am. Like I don't take myself seriously. So when people get mad about my reviews, I'm like, that's where I can miss Metal Babe too, because she can act like some of the things I say. But it is what it is.
No, but that's good though. I mean, it's been a tough year. I mean, you couple not only just the year itself, but also with her going away. I mean, that's got to be tough. I mean, for me, it's like when we're not on the channel, I mean, obviously we're a band, but I also have a son as well. So I can never be left alone, unfortunately. But because he just turned 10, which is crazy. I can't believe I'm a dad to a 10-year-old, but
I know, that's insane, man. Happy birthday, Evan, right?
Yeah. And actually, this is the let's see. Yeah, today's the 21st. It'll be my birthday in a few days too. So there you go. You get to be the birthday podcast guest. How's that?
Oh shit! Happy early birthday.
Yeah. But no, man, I'm glad that things have kind of turned. I knew for a little bit there, like I remember like in the immediate aftermath of her taking off and doing her thing, that I saw it a lot, and I'm like, man, that has to be like super annoying. But I'm glad that things have seemed to have turned around.
Yeah, you know what I noticed too about the comments is you used to get way more trolls with Metal Babe. So many people would like just say rude comments and stuff, and like shit, I'm trying to think. Call me like a soy boy and stuff like that. And like some of them are pretty funny. I don't mind, but all those comments are gone now, which is like, it just goes to show like the trolls that like leave those kind of comments are usually like the most insecure kind of people.
Yeah, well, no, man. I mean, I will tell you though, I think you'd be surprised at the amount of, I mean, even just recently doing this podcast or just on Facebook or whatever, the amount of people and bands that know who you are. I mean, literally everybody knows who you are. And and like they're like, yeah, like when I get a good review from Metal Burb, I feel good. Like they know, like they know who you are. So
that actually has happened.
Yes, absolutely. Like I was talking last week to, I don't think you've had his band on the channel, but I was talking to him last week. This guy, Dave Rookie, he's the drummer for a band called Sentinels. I don't know if you've heard of them or not.
No, I haven't.
No, you would like them. They're heavy and proggy as hell, like in the most heavy metalcore way. You would like them. But he was just like, yeah, like he was talking about you and your channel and how that he likes watching you. And yeah, man, no, people like legitimately know who you are. And like I can like post on social media, like doing a podcast on Metal Burb, and like people liking it, and they're like, oh my god, emojis, like you're like, some people
boosting my ego.
Yeah, well, hey man, I want you to know that like there are people who genuinely care about your opinion. It's not just, we're not all just going there to watch Metal Babe.
Yeah, no, I totally get that, obviously, with the viewership and stuff. But do you feel kind of awkward when bands watch your stuff and sometimes you're not positive about a song?
It's funny you say that because when we first started, I think I'd actually told you this on the last podcast, which by the way was a very long time ago. That was before.
That was before Metal Babe left. That was like right around the time we were literally talking. We got to film because Metal Babe is about to leave.
Oh yeah. Well, that was before we released "Find Me I'm Missing." So you did that one, and I believe that she like took off like right after that.
Yeah, we had to
But
get that done for you.
yeah, so that was a while ago. But what did you ask me again? I forgot.
I forgot too. Oh yeah, no. Do you ever feel bad?
I feel bad when
Leaving
bands
a
watch it. No, because like I was gonna say, when we first started, we had a band that's from our area. They hit us up and like, we were thinking about doing that, but we were just afraid if bands watched it and didn't like it, and like, what if they don't want to like take you on a tour or they blacklist you or something? And I'm like, man, if a band that's gonna watch it is that upset over it, then they need to grow up because like I know that for me personally, like I'll say it, and I would tell him this too, and it's no hard feelings at all. But Galactic Criminal, he doesn't really like our music. I mean, I know he doesn't. I mean, I can just watch his reactions, and I just know, and that's fine. But I'm not like, oh, Galactic Criminal, I hate you. But I can tell, I can tell that he's a little trepidatious to like tell me like when the reaction comes out that he does for us and whatnot, and it's fine. Like he's got his style, and that's cool. And we're not it. So no, for me, I don't mind. Why do you feel weird about doing that? Because I think Ryan Kirby actually watched some reactions to Our Eternity today, and I believe you were on there.
oh shit. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's the one that I'm worried about because
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like Fit for a King is the one that I'm most harsh about in my reviews. I'm like, I really like this band. Like the thing is, anytime like I'm give a negative review, like even Era. Like
Mm.
Era is a band that I'm trying to like. I'm trying
I'm
to.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one.
I understand why people like them. They're really talented,
Adam
and I
Adam Derek loved them. Like
oh,
loved them.
same with my buddy Metalbirb. Absolutely loves them, and I respect them so much. But their music is just not clicking. But I just feel bad because like these guys put a lot of effort into their music, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I thought the song was just kind of meh. Like I think I was a lot harsher with Fit for a King, and that's a band that I really like. And I know sometimes like I'm more harsh towards bands that I like. What people don't realize, like I know sometimes I fanboyed like lately over Architects is a band that I've been fanboying over the new singles where everyone's like, how can you like it? It sounds so generic. I'm like, man, if I was reviewing Holy Hell, the album before, I would have been negative. I would have been the minority and stuff. And like, even though it's like one of my favorite bands, I will still shit on them. That's the whole thing. So like anytime I'm negative about a band or a song, like gotta understand that I totally respect them too.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think that they know that. I listen, man, like when we did Our Eternity, like I was like, it's solid, but I wasn't like oh god, like this is the new biggest thing. I thought it was solid, like it was okay, but no, man, I mean I wouldn't really worry about that. I mean, like have you had any bands reach out to you and be negative toward you about it?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I just it's like this weird conflict that I have because I think it's super important that we actually criticize the music. It's the only way that metal evolves and adapts. Because if we're
Yeah.
all just like circle jerking and just going to be like, yeah, this song's the best, and like nothing, nothing will grow out of it. Like we have to criticize like the scene, and I don't know. I have this internal conflict that I think it's so important to criticize the music, but I'm also don't want to insult the band. So I walk this fine line. Like I'm open minded to every song that I listen to. That's why I try to tackle so many genres. And
Yeah.
actually, going to get sidetracked here. I don't know if this happens to you, but
Yeah.
I try to tackle like a few different subgenres of metal on my channel. Like I got the prog, I got the
Mhm.
deathcore kids, metalcore kids, and stuff. And like
Right.
so when I did my top 10 lists, my audience is so divided that there's no way that my list could appeal to anyone because like I'm going to have a prog band here that people
Right.
will hate, or like this metalcore band that the deathcore kids will find like super overrated. Like there's no way. And like, shit, should I just like listen to one genre of music? Should I just be a metalcore channel or something? Like, I don't know, but then there's also, I think my favorite comments that I get from people are like, because of this channel, I'm getting into prog and stuff. I'm like, yes, that's what I want. That's what I love hearing. That's why I did the 50 honorable mentions. I love sharing the good tunes with people. And if I can get people into, different genres and stuff, I think that is wicked. I love that.
Yeah. So for us, it's a little bit different, and I'll tell you why. So we obviously play, metalcore. I mean, that's kind of like, I mean, I think the people, have you heard of the podcast State of the Scene? Have you heard of that?
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
listened to them.
I believe that they had actually said about our music. They said that we just woke up one day, we're like, we're just gonna play metalcore. So that's us. So we generally stay in that box only because we treat it like a Facebook ad, in the sense of like, okay, like if you watch our channel and watch our reactions, and because it's gonna be metalcore based primarily, chances are you're probably like us. So that's why we kind of stay in that realm. We do venture out here and there. But what I have found, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's some channels that will react to a select few bands and their subscribers will skyrocket. And then after that, nobody watches anything else they do because it's not those particular bands. Like I look at some reactors who are in the same vicinity as us, like 20 views on a Architect's reaction. I'm like, how is that even possible? Like, I don't even know how that's even remotely happening. Like,
it's a strategy I don't usually, or I don't agree with in general. It's kind of like just like in business kind of strategy. Like, you just want to get to the fastest route as possible. But,
right.
Like Rome wasn't built in a day. It's a slow uphill battle. So
Exactly.
I don't know, like definitely I could be just reacting to Metallica and Slipknot the whole channel, and like I get 100,000 views, or I could just become a hip hop channel. Metalhead reacts to hip hop and stuff, and like my channel would blow up. But it's
Fun that way.
I'm in it for the slow burn, the slow build up.
Exactly. And that's why, like, when I look back at our channel, because we just recently hit 10K, I can look back and I'm like, we did this literally just listening to metalcore. Like, that's what we did. I mean, like that. And I know that's how we did it. It was just metalcore.
Congrats, by the way. Do it with a webcam too.
I would do, well, yeah, that's actually true. But hold on. I'm going to have to actually ask for your advice because I did get this. I did get this.
Oh, shit. You're upgrading. Okay.
Yeah, well, we're gonna bring this to Adams. I have no idea how to use this thing yet, though. So I'm eventually gonna have to learn how to.
Oh man, my camera's on auto all the time.
On auto, okay. Well, then that's I can easily do that. But no, man, I notice that all the time, and like, there's certain channels that like they'll react to. What are some of the bands that I see?
Meshuggah.
Yeah, Meshuggah, Nightwish, Bandmade. Have you seen this? Have you seen this guitar player, Alip Bata or something like that?
Oh yeah. I'm genuinely interested to see how this guitar player plays, but yeah, the views on it are nuts. And I know that's like a sure way to get views and stuff, but it's not a sure way to keep like replayability from your subscribers.
Exactly. And like, I remember there was one point where like we were kind of in this one subscriber space, and like Adam was like, well, how come these channels are going faster than us? And I'm like, listen, don't worry about it. It's because they love everything. I said the best thing we did for our channel, Adam, was shit on Nightwish. That's the best thing we did. No, I'm serious, because we would have gotten all those people to subscribe to us, and it would have made it very just like, and I'm glad. I still get comments to this day about that video, and I love it. You took yours down though, you said, right?
No, mine's still up. It just
the
algorithm's not feeding it, thank God.
Oh my God. I look sometimes I'll go and look at like the like ratios, and that one's at like 14% or something.
I love that. That's easily like top 3 favorite videos that you guys have ever made. I laughed so hard watching that.
And that was when we were doing the remote reactions too. And it was so funny because like at that time we were coming off releasing Paradigm, and we just had a list because we were like, if you pre-save the song, we'll do a reaction. Horrible idea, by the way. I'm never doing that again. But so we were just going through the list, and Adam and I were just cranking them out, and we were like on like song 12, and we're like, oh my God. So,
just the worst time to do
yeah,
it.
the worst timing. It was just awful. Like anytime, because like we do like a thing now. We have a collaborative Spotify playlist, and we have people just go on there and follow the playlist and follow us, and they add a song, and we'll just scroll through and randomly pick one, just because it helps the Spotify algorithms and all that crap. But when I pick one that's random, and I'll pull it up on YouTube, I'm like, oh my god, 6 minutes, so
I know. That's why, like, when you reacted to aviations too, like, I know you do these reactions in pockets. Like, you're not going to like the song unless you're just like, you got nothing to do, you have all the time. That's when you can listen to prog music. But if you're like, working and you have to force listen to like a 6-7 minute track, I know what you mean. Even when I do videos, I'm like, fuck, this song's long. Like, it better be good. Even though I love prog, but like, it's technically work.
It is. But that aviation song was legitimately good. Like I couldn't believe, like when it was over, I was like, oh, it's over. Like, and that is like, and I was actually talking to the drummer. I believe his name is James.
Yeah, he's sweet. He's awesome.
Yeah, very nice guy. And he's also in Brand of Sacrifice too, which is,
I know.
But I told him, I said, listen, man, I know I'm just a guy on the internet, but for people on the channel, when they see that I liked an 11-minute song, that is probably close to a Grammy. I mean, about as close as you can get, because I just cannot last for those songs.
I know. I didn't even recommend that song to you. You just said like you were going to check it out, and I'm like, okay, then I'll do Cohen for you then. And like, I'm surprised that you did, and I'm glad that you did. I'm glad so many other channels are checking them out, and it's so cool. It's such a good feeling because I found this band through Reddit. The guy made the lead singer made like a little original piece. It was only 50 seconds long. I'm like, wow, this guy's really good. And then in the comments, like, hey, aren't you the lead singer to Aviations? And like, I was literally at the gym and like, I checked out Aviations on Spotify. I'm like, whoa, this song is really cool. And then I made a video with Metalbirb to react to them. And they're like, oh, thank you so much for reacting to this. And then like, I don't know, 6-7 months later, they emailed me to check out their new song. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll check it out. Boom. Loved it. A whole bunch of other reactors are checking them out now that it's their most popular video on YouTube. They're getting so many more plays, and like, it's such a rewarding feeling that I've helped out this band with get a bigger audience. Like, I think that is like one of the sweetest moments I've had through my reaction career, is helping out that band. Like, it feels so good. Like, I can't wait for the next material from them.
Yeah, man. I mean, I remember I checked it out because we were kind of like going through our list. Because what I do is I just go in the notes app on my phone. I'm just like, okay, we record on Monday, so this will be released on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so on. And I was just like, we were kind of like a song or two short. And I was like, you know what? I saw Metal Burb was really hyping this song up. And I said to Adam, I said, it's 11 minutes. And even now Adam's at kind of like 11 minutes. But I was like, let's just give it a chance. Metal Burb has very highly endorsed this. So let's give it a chance. And I loved it, man. I thought that was a really cool track. Like easily the best long song I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know. Like, I will argue that is one of the best prog songs ever. It's a good gateway song for people who aren't into prog. And like, for example, you reacted to Periphery Reptile. Like, that song is long and like, to me, doesn't even come close to Aviation's Outliers in terms of just, keeping your interest the whole way through.
Right. Now, see that. Now that is one band that I may be worried about that hates us, because Adam literally does not like that band at all, and he states it like he brings it up in like videos that aren't even about Periphery. He just brings it up, how he ties it in together, which is funny.
I'm sure they don't care. They're actually like super well off.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're like some of the richest musicians in the metal scene.
I actually just listened to Finn's podcast with Matt Halpern, and he seems like a super nice guy. Adam just I'm not like when I listen to Periphery, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool. But like Adam's just like, Spencer's vocals, I hate them.
That's so weird how you don't mind them, but he hates them. It should be like the other way around usually.
Yeah, I mean, like definitely, I don't go out and listen to Periphery every day, but like I'm not like he's like, it's like weird. It's almost like he just hates, like he's one of those people that you could play the song. Like, oh, I like this. You'd be like, oh, it's perfect. He's like, I hate it. Like, it's just like, it's funny like that. But No, I was glad you checked out Cohen because that was kind of my aviations because I had met those guys. I can't remember how I did, but I just came across a song and I wanted Adam to check it out, and I did an EP review for him, and I was just like, yeah, like I think you guys are sick. I'll do what I can to try to get other reactors on you, and so I was glad you checked them out. They're
Yeah,
definitely.
that was a cool track. Even the band hit me up too, so I thought that was cool.
Oh, did they? That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely Richard core, as I had said it was. It's just my style.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Wondering if you ever like feel like you're getting burnt out from doing all these reaction videos.
Honestly, man, and this isn't just me just saying it to say it. Honestly, no. I really haven't at all. I if you'll ask Adam, and I don't mean to be putting myself over in this moment, but like I am one of those, I'm just on it constantly, like day in, day out. Like they'll wake up and they'll be like, why'd you text me at 3 a.m.? And I'll be like, well, I woke up to go to the bathroom and I had an idea. So I'm just on it all the time. And I just look at the reactions as a way to connect with the people and get new fans. And we do them on Twitch as well. So it's just a little bit more income over there.
Yeah, you're a hustler, man.
Yeah, I try. Well, I'm one of those people that if I can get into it, I'll hustle. But if I'm not into it,
Do you want to say hi?
you just come say, I'm gonna put this in the thumb. I'm gonna put this in the title now. Metal Bay makes an appearance. I'll get more views.
I definitely cannot show my face right now because I look hideous. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
What are you
Good.
feeding
Hear
me?
your beautiful voice. Both of your beautiful voices.
Oh, a
Oh.
G&T?
G&T.
Oh shit, a G&T, a gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic. I'm a sober boy, so I don't.
Yeah, you're a sober boy.
I know.
That's good. That's good on you.
I know. I got my water. I'm only 20, so I can't drink.
Hi, baby. Yeah, good on you for not drinking. Like, even part of me when I film the videos, I'm having beer all the time. I'm like, I hope I'm like not influencing a whole bunch of kids to pick up on drinking and stuff because it's a slippery slope.
Well, no, I mean, I think you're fine. I think that that's fine. But a story that I actually wanted to tell you, but I shouldn't say it here. I'll say it. I'll tell you off stream. It's a funny one.
Oh, come on. I want to hear that, but okay.
It involves another channel. You know what? Screw it. What are the chances they're gonna find this? So I won't say the channel name. I'll spare them for that. But
spill a tea.
let's just say that he drank beer on his reactions as well. He's up and coming channel, but the guy on Facebook, we're friends on Facebook, and he sometimes on Facebook you accidentally hit the call button and they're like, oh shoot, sorry, I didn't mean to give you a call on like the Facebook Messenger app or whatever.
I don't use Facebook, but okay.
Okay, well, so there's the Messenger app and there's like a call function, like if you.
Oh yeah.
So I got a call from this guy at like 12:30, and then I was just like, okay, maybe it's an accident. No, he called me 3 more times, and I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he just sent me a thumbs up emoji, and I'm like, all right, but anyway.
Whatever. At least it's positive.
Hey, it is what it is. But I'm like,
not being like drunk and saying you guys are the worst or something like that.
Yeah, well, I figured that that those substances probably had a little bit to do with this. So, it is what it is. It's fine. But anyways, yeah, man, no, I just never got into drinking. Just never did. Like my upbringing and stuff like that. I hit myself in the face with the mic. But yeah, my upbringing and stuff like that just really turned me off from it. And I just know, like, just the way that I am, personality wise, especially with like the band and stuff like that, that if I liked it, I'd like it. One of those things. So
don't worry, I totally understand where you're coming from. Cause like, yeah, even with my upbringing, like me and my older brother never touched booze. Like I didn't have my first drink till I was like 19. So to me that's late because like I know everyone else like in my high school was like drinking when they were like 16 and 15.
Right.
But yeah, I just kind of laid off it. And then I'm also the same thing. I'm very cautious about it. Like, sure, I have beers, but like I do it because like I enjoy the taste of it. Like I have like 1 or 2 beers and like I can't like there was like a time when in like college I was getting like fucked up all the time and like partying and stuff.
Oh, geez, really?
Yeah, oh yeah, I had a good party phase. It was fun, man. Like, but I actually college was a great time because in high school I didn't know what I was doing. My grades were pretty shitty, and like, but I was like straight edge and stuff, and didn't party. And but in college I was the complete opposite. I was partying and mingling, but I still had like good grades and stuff. And it's because I took marketing and like I genuinely was super interested in what I was doing, and then people who were in my marketing program, I would just hang out with and, you know, party with them and stuff. But since then,
of you,
what's that?
very Canadian of you to.
I know, right? It's super Canadian.
Yeah.
I've since calmed down big time ever since I just like actually started working. It's just not, I don't know. I feel like it's a phase. And if people are like stuck in that phase, that's where it's a problem, because like people have like the party phase like in high school and stuff, but like some
Right.
people just can't get out of it, and then they just keep drinking, and then they like since it's a depressant too, you know, they're get messed up like when they're feeling sad and stuff. And for me, like if I'm feeling like shit, I don't even touch a drink. Like it's usually like it's a Friday, I'm going to have a beer or something. Like it's always when I'm in a good mood. I always try to make sure that I drink when I'm in a good mood.
In a good mood. That's good. No, that is good because I mean, like you said, I mean, it's definitely it's funny. It's not funny, but it's just it's interesting how people when they're upset they go to that. I feel I've always felt like it should be the other way around, like what you're saying.
Yeah, to let loose, let off some steam or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, I mean, I've never even drank once. It's just the way it happened. And then I had my son when I was 17. Not that like I'm not one of those people that's like, I had my child and my whole life changed, but
But it did.
it did. But I mean, it definitely did. But I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't like I had like a coming to Jesus, like I got to put down the booze and the pills, the kids on,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, no, but so when you were asking me if I ever get burnt out, do you feel that or something?
Oh yeah, like sometimes I do for sure.
You put a lot
Well,
of effort into your videos too.
yeah, and let's see, there's probably 660 videos, which is like insane.
Yeah.
It's insane how much work I put into this YouTube channel, but like I don't know, I think I won't get burnt out because I just love the music. Like I'm patiently waiting for like Silent Planet to drop something. Like I want to hear new music. But then there's sometimes where I don't feel like filming. There's no like sure there's tons of bands that I could react to, but none of them I really care for. There could be that hidden gem, but that's when I feel a little bit burnt out. But I think I'm going to even change up my channel a bit because I would do the daily reactions, right? Daily uploads. I think I'm actually going to take a break from that this year and, you know, maybe do 5 reactions a week and allocate more time towards other original content. Like that's why I just recently did like top 10 anticipated albums of 2021. Like I'm trying to like shake things up, and like it's getting like good reception. People are like digging these videos, and like I find them fun to do. I have other things where I like want to react to news in the scene as well. I just haven't gone around to it, but that time that I'm not spent reacting to bands, like I can use towards like learning songs of guitar. Like I have this guitar cover that's pretty much ready, and I'm going to film it either this weekend or next week, and I'm super pumped for it. But yeah, I want to do like more guitar stuff and get back into it. But I think I'm not like burnt out with creating content. I'm more burnt out with just reacting to bands every single day. I think that's it.
I gotcha. Yeah. So do you feel like and we'll talk about the news thing. I want to get back to that, but do you feel like you're kind of like just like finding bands at this point to react to or songs to react to rather than just like doing it when you want?
No, like I have a whole list that I can go. I have like literally on my list is like 8 bands that I need to check out. I don't know. It's just also like every video I want to make it feel a little bit different somehow. So I try shaking up the intro. Like I'm getting weirder in front of the camera. Like my sense of humor is like coming out more and more. And like, but sometimes like I don't want to force it too. Sometimes like if I'm just not feeling like in that mood, I'm just going to get straight into it. So I also do it purposely. So every video seems a little bit different. Sometimes you might get this really weird, wacky intro. And then next time I might just get straight into the song. But that's how I'm trying to shake up the reactions and make it a little bit more entertaining for me. It's just like, I don't know, just have fun with it. And like, even in my top 10 videos for 2020, I was doing that airplane peanut joke, which no one, I feel like no one actually understood the reference, which shows the huge generational gap between me and my audience. Like, do you understand the airplane peanut reference?
No, I don't.
Oh shit! I thought you would, because you reference Seinfeld in one of your videos.
I was literally gonna say it's a Seinfeld thing.
It is.
I don't look stupid. Okay.
It's a meme. It's literally a meme before memes became a thing, because like Jerry Seinfeld's just like, "What's the deal with the airplane peanuts?" and like as a stupid, awkward joke to like start the crowd with. Yeah. And but yeah, like no one really understood it. They're like, airplane peanuts, what the fuck? And I just kind of ran with it. Like, what if every intro that I did just was like, yeah, always had a shittier crowd every time, but then like my last video, just like they go hysterical. I don't know. It's it was so stupid. And do you ever watch like Eric Andre?
Not in a while, but I definitely know of him. I think he's funny. My favorite comedian right now is Tim Dillon. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Oh, I recognize that name. If I see his face, like I'll probably know him.
Yeah, but go ahead with Eric Andre.
He's just batshit crazy, man. I love the Eric Andre show. Is hilarious, and like that's how I kind of got the idea for the intro. But it's like not even. It's completely tame in comparison. But his idea was to do, like an interview show where they, instead of like bringing celebrities and talk about like their newest TV shows or movies, he wants to make the most uncomfortable TV interview.
Yeah.
And so he just makes them so uncomfortable, and like it's so weird and out there, and like the guests have no idea what to expect, and like even his intro monologues are so fucking weird. Oh man, it's so out there and crazy. I absolutely love it. It's a weird sense of humor, but I love it, man.
Is it like what was the name of it with Sacha Baron Cohen back in the day?
The Ali G show?
Yeah, Ali G, yeah.
Oh, Ali G is awesome. No, not like that. Do you know Tim and Eric?
I know Tim and Eric, yeah.
Yeah. It's they use the same like actors in Tim and Eric, so that weird sense of humor.
Interesting. Okay, that sounds fun. Yeah, my guy Tim Dillon, he's funny. He's a gay comedian, and the reason why I say that because the longest running joke like in like the Tim Dillon circle is like he's the straightest gay guy. He's the straightest gay guy, and he has secretly has like a wife and kids and stuff like that. But his comedy is so dark just because of like his background and how he broke in and addicted to drugs and everything like that. And I don't know why, but just that with my upbringing and background is just the funniest thing ever. I don't know how he would do it stand-up wise. I feel like you have to really know him to really get it. But he's funny. He has a podcast every week that I like just cannot wait to listen to.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like I wait till midnight on Sunday and I watch it. I try to get my girlfriend to watch. She's like, I'm really in the mood to watch Tim Dillon now. And then I'm like, please, I really want to watch it.
On a Sunday night too? Jesus.
Well, it's Saturday going into Sunday. So
okay, that's way better.
And then sometimes like when I convince her to, it'll be playing and then like I'll fall asleep and then she'll wake up and she'll be like, I was laughing so hard last night.
Yeah, man. Okay, I'm curious because I need some more podcasts. And like one that I've been kind of listening to is I think Two Bears in a Cave with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer, I think this is his last name.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer, yeah.
Kreischer. Yeah, they're good. I like them because I love Tom Segura, but Bert, I like Bert, but I feel like he fabricates a lot of his stories.
Oh, like his famous one is that Russian one, right? Like when he was in Russia and what was it? It's like one of the first things I ever saw from Bert Kreischer. He was like over in Russia. Like, I'm the Machine or something like that. Or
it's kind of familiar. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got turned off because like I also watched his Netflix special and it was so scripted. I can't do it, man. When a show is just like it's so too not authentic, I can't watch, man. And that actually we'll go back to talking about my channel, but like that's why like authenticity is like everything to me. And like I don't know, like it's cool to see all these smaller reaction channels. Like there's like kids now that are like, I want to say like 16 or 17-year-olds that are reacting to like metal bands and they're leaving harsh reviews. Like there's like Architects, some guy was like shitting on them, calling them sellouts, which I don't agree with, but I think it's so cool that he's speaking his mind for being a kid. And like, damn, I don't know. Like, I think the whole reaction community in the scene is like evolved into actually, you know, giving open criticism and actually reviewing the music. I think that is awesome. I love seeing that shit. It doesn't mean like I agree with everyone. Like even Finn McKenty, like, I don't agree with everything he says, but I think he does an awesome job for the scene. Sometimes I find him a little too negative personally, but like what he's done to the scene is overall really positive. So
Yeah, it's funny because he follows me on Twitter, I believe it is, and he in one of his videos made a reference to Landmarks Lost in a Wave and how it was like a ripoff, or not like a ripoff, but like it was like, like that kind of just architectsy style riffage and whatnot. And I was like, hey man, I love your content. Wrong about Landmarks. Love your content. Wrong about Landmarks.
he's wrong about a lot of things, honestly, but that's okay. Like I'm wrong about a lot of things too. It's just the way it is. You put your opinion out there, but yeah, and like it's just the negativity that kind of gets me. It just like that's why I hate sometimes making negative videos when I don't like a song. So that's where that conflict comes in, because like I don't really like negative people. So when I'm negative in a video, sometimes I just don't like it, how I'm being perceived, but or how I'm putting that energy out there rather. But it's also important to criticize the music. So I always have that internal conflict. But just want to talk about like Twitter too. Like Twitter is an echo chamber of just negative people. Holy crap. I don't know if you noticed it, but like I put 2 recent tweets that I did that actually like kind of blew up for me, because usually my tweets get like, I don't know, 6 to 10 views or likes or whatever it's called. I don't usually care, but like I did 2 where I did like a little rant. One was about Loathe and one was about the new Architects track. Both got like 200 favorites, and like people eat that shit up. People love it when you're negative and rant about things, and it's just like I don't know. It's kind of weird that I like Twitter because it's good to get that energy or rant a bit, but sometimes it's too negative, man.
Well, have you seen the documentary The Social Dilemma? I'm sure you have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what? That's just how it is, man. I think that's the biggest problem that I have with a lot of social media at this point, is that it's what Finn X time back in Finn McKenty, the negativity bias. People love that, and you have to be everything turns into a political just shitstorm all the time, and like
Oh my god.
it gets so annoying. Like, I mean, and like, I'm not discounting, political belief, whatever, but it's just like just chill,
Yeah.
it's like, just relax. Like everything, like I know that you're up in Canada, but our former president is not the president anymore. So just,
Don't worry.
so
Your
just
news is our news too.
yeah, well,
We know everything too.
that's what I was going to ask you. Is it like, how is it up there? Like everything is perceived probably similarly. Like,
It's funny that we're not that different. Like seriously, the way that our government is actually pretty similar to yours. There's a lot of left and right wing kind of people fighting and stuff, and like not to get political because I'm not a very political person, but like I really side with both sides. Like the older I get, the more conservative I become, but like I also am like a left at heart. Like I'm like in a weird middle, and like actually going back to Twitter is just like I know the metalcore scene is a lot of young people, like they're all very left, and which is fine. Like I respect all their opinions, and but sometimes not sometimes, but I have to follow certain right-wing people. Like I even asked my buddy at my job who's very right-wing, I'm like, give me some right-wing people to follow, because I can't just have one-sided news page, because I know that's a dangerous echo chamber, just having the same thoughts. So
exactly.
like even like my Twitter page, like I try to make sure that I'm following right-wing people and left-wing people, so I'm not just like sucked into one thought. But
that's smart.
I kind of lost track of the question, but yeah, Canada's kind of the same, man.
Yeah, no, that's what I was just. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I was going to ask how it was perceived. I was asking how it was perceived up there, but no, man, I do the exact same thing. I mean, it's not uncommon for me to be scrolling and to see something that's right leaning, be like, yeah, I don't agree with that. See something that's left leaning, yeah, I don't agree with that. It's just all nuance, and I think that is something that has just been lost, especially over the last 4 years. Everything is just so There's no nuance. There's no like just like I'm like a regular dude. It's all this team versus that team, and that's just the way that it is.
Oh, it's bad, man. And like I think it's just going to get worse too. Like it, sure you got a new president, but I personally don't think it's going to be over. I think I don't know, man.
I don't think
I'm worried for you guys, but I know I'm just Canadian, but like it affects us too, big time.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, like I'm interested to see how it goes. You know, I just hope, you know, regardless of who the president is, like I just hope it's fine. Like I just hope that everybody's cool, everything's chill, like you know, that's just
that's it. I literally just hope everyone just stays safe.
That's literally.
I don't care if you're left or right, but I just you know, stay safe.
Yeah, exactly. And it's an interesting dynamic because I don't know, man. I see it, you know, it's another thing with both sides is that people like literally attach their profile, their personality, their being to a political figure. And I'm like, guys, you've got to not do that. I mean, you just
yeah,
can't do that.
I know. I totally feel the same way. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's a even sketchy topic to talk about because like the audience right now will be like completely divided too.
Well, see, that's a perfect. It's what we're saying isn't even anything. It's just right
controversial, but it could be
exactly.
Anything can be taken out of context too, like a little snippet.
Yeah, and I know that, you know, we were actually making jokes back and forth on Twitter about Joe Rogan, but he's the same way. I mean, he's a left-leaning guy, but he'll have all kinds of people on, and he's just a nuanced kind of guy. Do you listen? You sounds like you listen to him.
Oh, I love Joe Rogan. I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even agree that he's left wing. I think he plays both sides, and I think that's why I like him.
Yeah,
I think he's like a left wing at heart, but he has a lot of right wing ideologies. And like that's why I like listening to him so much. And like I know people get annoyed with him, like, oh, Joe switches like his you know, personality or to every kind of audience that or you know, interviewer that he gets, like Rogan. And I don't know, man, like it kind of rubs me the wrong way. I'm like, because he's trying to be as open-minded as he can. He brings in so many different guests. And I think it's so cool of him. It doesn't matter who he is. Has open conversation with everyone. And sure, he like changes his opinion because opinions change over time. Just like how my music reaction channel videos are. Like my reviews are never the same. Sometimes I might really like a song and then I might change it later. So that's why I respect Joe Rogan so much. Like, sure, he might say something like a year ago and then now it's completely different. But whatever. I don't know.
well, I think with me, when it comes to that, I don't think he necessarily flip-flops opinions. What I think it is, and I think that this is, I think it's a small scale example of what I think would make everything kind of, I think, smooth it over. I don't know how you would accomplish it, but when you're sitting across from somebody, or like we're here on Zoom, and you're talking to somebody, that you humanize the person, so that makes it a lot different, that dynamic, rather than like, if you and I just went back and forth on Twitter, it would be a much different relationship versus us talking over Zoom, hopefully one day in person. But
I know, right?
yeah,
But that's why it's so dangerous too. And then going back to the social dilemma and stuff, you know, just being stuck on the internet all the time. And everyone is like dehumanizing kind of like everybody in a way.
exactly. And it's sad to see. I don't know. I don't know how it gets fixed at this point. I mean, what are your thoughts on like social media in general? Do you feel like it's like a public utility? Do you feel like it's a private company that can do what they want? Like, what is kind of your
with the censorship?
Not even just the censorship, but like it's one of those things, and I guess in a way the censorship, but it's one of those things that it's like that's just kind of how news is spread today. I mean, that's just how. Like for example, like on a smaller scale for you and I, like if we get removed off of a platform, like if we got removed off YouTube, we'd be totally screwed.
Yeah, I know, right?
But it's just like, how do you feel about that stuff? I mean, do you feel like it should just be like a let the smartest voice prevail? Like, what do you think?
I would say this is getting spicy, bro. This is getting super spice.
You said you wanted the new topic.
Yeah, I know. People give the people what they want. All all right. So with social media, I hate social media. But the thing is, like, to people listening, keep using it because, like, that's, my part-time job, right? Like, it's such a weird fine line. But so I guess your other question is kind of like, how do I feel about the censorship and these companies being able to censor people's.
I guess in a sense, like I guess like sometimes I've gone back and forth on this. Like obviously, like if somebody's on there like being deliberately like deliberately racist or something like that, like obviously like that's gotta stop. But I feel like, it's like I actually just listened to a Joe Rogan podcast that he had with a gentleman who used to work at the ACLU. I don't know if you listened to it.
Were they talking about the censorship?
They were talking about like the free speech and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He was a guy that was just like this was a guy who worked for the ACLU, but like
Oh, the older dude, right?
yeah, for like the
Yeah, I watched
yeah.
that. Well, the clips, but yeah.
Yeah, I listened to the whole thing, and he was just like, yeah, he's like, like I'm a left leaning guy and whatnot, but he's like, but I protect the right to free speech, and with that comes allowing a Klan rally. I don't agree with it. No, I don't think anybody with half a brain agrees with that. But it's like, let the smartest voice prevail. And sometimes I think that way, and sometimes I don't know. It's one of those conflicts that I have. That's like, it's an internal thought that I've had.
I'm so conflicted about it too. Like, I really don't know, but like, I know that censoring like Trump was like, I don't agree with it. Like, I'm going to say, like, going to leave it out there. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think that is a dangerous slope to, overall censorship, like humanity. Like, what dictates what is good and what is bad? Like, it's what is like in the present, but like, 10 years from now, things are going to be different. Like, I think censorship is a dangerous slope. And that's why I follow left and right wing people on my Twitter and stuff, because I think it's important to have two sides. And like, I don't know, man, the censorship rubbed me the wrong way, but also at the same time, like, you had a good run. You had a good run. But no, I'm joking. Like, I don't know, man. The censorship does rub me the wrong way.
No, he was definitely poking the bear.
So, he was. So, but like, what gives you the right to determine, what's wrong and, and what's right in society, kind of thing?
Yeah, and it's
like playing God a little bit.
It's a weird concept, and like the thing that I saw after that from I'll say this about the right side. They were like, well, if they're a private company and do what they want, then the store down the street should be able to open. And I'm like, hey, that's not even remotely the same. Like, it's totally different. Like you can't spread COVID through the Twitter. I mean, come on. I mean, like, it's just like the reason why places aren't open is because to stop the spread of COVID.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, man. It's unfortunate, and like the media plays a big role in it, because like now when you think of right leaning, you think of the guy in the Viking outfit in the Capitol building. You say left person, you think of just
the girl with like the purple hair screaming.
Exactly, and not it. I think there's a lot of people who are just regular schmoes like you.
Oh yeah, and that's what I hate too, and that's why going back to the people that I follow on my social media is just like, they're not all racist, and they're not all like cancel culture PC people. Like, those are two extremes. So yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's a tough battle. Fortunately, neither you or I mean, we have to worry about it in like our personal lives, but we don't have to make the decisions to address these things. We leave that to the people who are supposed to be more qualified.
I know, it's so true. Like, whoever's listening, don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just listen to music and I film myself going woo.
Exactly.
So, but I do gotta say though, when the Black Lives Matter movement happened with the Blackout Tuesday, putting a picture of a black image saying that you support Black Lives Matter, that day was really annoying for me. Annoying in the sense that I put up a picture because obviously Metalbirb, she's black, and this was before even Blackout Tuesday was a thing. It was becoming a thing. I saw I think AMP Reacts, they posted something, and I'm like, oh wow, that's really nice of them to do so, do something that's commemorating Black people and kind of like giving them a voice a little bit,
Right.
being understanding and, being more human. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I want to do the same thing. So, I put it out there. I'm just like, I'm not going to upload a video tomorrow. I know it doesn't seem like much, but I just want to know that like I stand, with beside my girlfriend who's Black. And like, I'm not talking about like, I know it's a touchy subject. I'm not talking about like Black Lives Matter and who they stand for, but it's more just talking about like, I stand for my girlfriend and I know how she can be perceived differently than I am. And like, and being with her for 4.5 years has given me a different insight, because like before that, I was just with white people all the time. So with her, she's given me definitely a lot more insight into it. And that's why I put that picture up there, and people were getting so pissed off and just being like unsubscribed and stuff. I'm like, dude, I just want to respect my girlfriend and respect, that Black people are not like treated fairly over the years. I just put up the picture of a Black image. Like, I'm going to upload a video tomorrow. Like, it's not the end of the world, but people got so upset about it. I'm like, and that upset me over in turn. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, those people are the least common denominator. I mean,
yeah, it's like, okay, if you're going to get upset over that, then leave the channel, because like this is a small 0.1% of my overall channel. Like, I never talk about politics, but like I just wanted to respect my girlfriend and what happened, what's going on in the world, and then people got upset about that. Then yeah, leave, unsubscribe, please.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the people too that are out there and like they're like like they don't believe racism exists, and like that's just idiotic to say. And then there's also people who are like almost like a freaking NFL coach, like dissecting the film of the police encounter. Like, did you see that right there? That's because it's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's just like I like if I have somebody. If I was a cop and I had somebody coming at me with a gun at me, or was just like if they had like a gun pointed at me, they were coming at me, then it's like, okay, you got to do something about that. But like I'm generally of the, try to not shoot people if you don't gotta, I mean, like, don't do that. But then, like there's these people, and it's obviously, traditionally right-wing people, and it's just, I'm just like, guys, like, just stop. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is just, it's just crazy. It's like you're dissecting the film frame by frame, and then like, it's just,
I know. Some people it's just like you have too much time on your hands. That's another thing. You have way too much time on your hands.
They need to create a reaction channel.
Yeah.
They need to do something else, man.
That's what I did when I had too much time on my hands. Like, literally.
So speaking of, we'll get off of that now, but I I'm a big fan of nuance, because like the way that I grew up, I saw not the greatest side of humanity. So I know how some people can be, and for a while that really altered my vision on people, because I was just like looking for people to be pieces of shit, because that's just what I was so predisposed to. So I thought a lot of people were like that, and they're not, obviously.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's just, it's interesting. I just wish that we had a little bit more nuance and stuff like that with
definitely
discussions.
Can I just say that?
Yeah.
Let's enough about politics, because people are probably going to be like getting all pissed off, and maybe, I don't know, but let's talk about UFOs, man.
We're talking about UFOs. It wasn't really about politics, but I mean, it was
the nice segue into UFOs.
It was teeter. Okay, what about UFOs? What do you got?
Oh, I'm sucked in.
Oh, are you?
I got sucked in just recently.
What sucked you into UFOs?
Well, Joe Rogan. Going back to Joe Rogan, but I don't know. Like, I'm just thought of a conversation shift from politics, but yeah, I'm a big Redditor. I like Reddit. And I went on the UFO subreddit, and they're sharing the images of what happened in the CIA releasing those 3 videos of UFOs. I'm like, damn, if the CIA doesn't know what these objects are, that gives it a little bit more legitimate truth to it. And I was even talking to Metal Babe about it, and Metal Babe has a story where she was on an airplane when she was like a kid, like 12 years old. And in the wing, she's overlooking the window. She's looking at the wing and she sees this disc fly up to the wing and just stays there, hovers, does a 360 and flies away. And then she like
Really?
looks over to the person beside her and like, did you see that? And the person doesn't know what she's talking about. And she told like a couple people afterwards, but no one believed her. So she just kind of kept it quiet. And I think we got in a conversation about it. And she told me that she saw a UFO once. I'm like, bullshit. Like I'm just like, no way. That was like a while ago. But she also like believes in like everything. Like every place is haunted. Probably this building's haunted too or something.
She doesn't do DMT, does she?
No. Not yet, but maybe I will down if I keep going down this slope, man. But yeah, so I just got onto the subreddit and I started believing it. I watched this one documentary because like
You know Bob
okay,
Lazar?
what's that?
Do you know Bob Lazar yet? Have you gone down that
Yeah,
route?
yeah, I've gone there. I've gone there.
All right.
I think what was like I was searching up like good UFO documentaries that are like legitimate, and then
Yeah.
what was it? One came out in 2020, so I watched it, and like some of the stories and some of the footage, I'm like, okay. There's definitely life out there, man. There's definitely life out there. Whether or not there's like UFOs and aliens and all that shit, but I find it too hard to believe that there's got to be aliens out there.
Yeah, so those videos that you were talking about that the government released, those were like from a while ago, and those were surfacing around and people were speculating about them. I remember when they came out because I've been kind of off, like not off and on, but like I'm in it, so like I'm always on the lookout.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I'm always on the lookout for that kind of stuff. So when those initially came out in like 2000,
4.
was it okay? 4? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
a while ago they came out, and yeah, it was nice for the government to actually add credence to it. But I believe what really pushed the government to do that was Tom DeLonge of all people, because
Yeah.
he's part of all that. And what is his program called? I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, he's deep into it. And no, man, I definitely believe it. Like after, like, there's some people who listen to Bob Lazar and they're like, he's full of crap. I believe that guy 100%.
Oh yeah, I heard he's full of crap, so I never really looked into him. But
I'm telling you, I have literally watched everything that I can find from that guy. The guy tells the same story, like it's so consistent. Like there's not even like anything that's like remotely even told sort of differently. At least what I've seen. The guy is, I think he's telling the truth.
okay, I might have to look into him. Thing is, like, I'm not very superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
I knew you were gonna do that.
But okay, no, like, so with like ghosts and stuff, like, I love horror movies. I'm a huge horror guy, fanatic. Not like the old school Texas and Chainsaw Massacre, but I love like ghost movies and like the weird, obscure. I want stuff to really freak me out. I love that kind of stuff. Japanese horror. But because of that, like, I love this stuff so much, but I still don't believe in ghosts or anything. Like
I don't believe in that. No.
yeah, I find that so hard to believe. But then when it goes to like UFOs, I'm like, I don't know, man. The universe, we barely know anything about the universe. Like, there's gotta be life out there, maybe alternate dimensions or something. I have a hard time swallowing that we're the only people in this universe that, who knows, goes up to like unlimited. Like, I don't know.
I was going to ask you, what is your theory on it? Do you think that they're from another planet? Do you think they're from the ocean? Because I know a lot of people speculate that. Do you believe that they're like time travelers? Do you think it's interdimensional? What do you think it is?
I don't know. Like, I'm still having a hard time believing that there's even aliens, to be honest, because I don't know. I'm on the cusp of believing it all. I'm almost there, but in a way, I kind of lean towards alternate dimensions. I kind of lean that it's like a future version of ourselves. I don't know why, but
Could be.
maybe it's because of deja vus that I've had over the years that are just like, I've done this before. I've had this before.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah, and like it's such a weird feeling, and it always kind of like makes me reflect on like an alternate dimension kind of theory. I don't know. That's something I gravitate towards the most, and I don't know. Sure that there's aliens in like a far off planet. however far away that, comes to check on us to make sure that we're not blowing up our planet. I kind of believe that too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I sound like a crazy person. And that's another thing why.
Dude, you don't, because I believe in this. I believe.
Yeah. But to people who like don't believe in this shit, that's the thing that why it's so hard to talk about it is because it's taboo. And that's why another reason why I've been kind of like listening into more of these stories is because these people are scared to talk about it, because once they do, they can lose their jobs, their careers. So everything is in secrecy. And that's the problem. There's so much taboo to this. And that's why I always thought it was just like mumbo jumbo. Like I'm always thought it was bullshit, but yeah, I don't know. Like the fact that even now I'm like, I feel like I should be wearing a tinfoil hat just talking.
Are you saying that the people who are like the people that say that they saw UFOs, or the scientists that are saying, are you saying that people just like randomly talking about it on Twitter lose their jobs?
No, like through this documentary, like they were talking about like F1 fighter pilots and stuff, like people that are like have prestigious jobs. Like they don't want to talk about this stuff because, the other people in their government office will probably think they're crazy and, fire them. And that's what makes me believe everything so much more, because it's people with like prestigious jobs. It's not like crazy. Like if a farmer talks about a UFO or crops or what are they called?
Crop circles, yeah.
Yeah, I have a harder time believing that. But when it's an F1 pilot that seen objects that fly in ways that are just like out of our, break all physics laws of physics, that's a harder time for me to like, I believe that way more than a farmer in his crop circle. So that after watching this documentary and reading up on more stories, I'm just like, I don't know, man. If these people with prestigious jobs are saying this shit, like all I am is just some digital marketer that lives in Ontario. I'm not an F1 pilot. Like I will listen to them. Like,
right. But listen, have you listened to any of Bob Lazar's story? Do you know it at all?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I heard he was BS, but if you're saying
I'll
it,
give
then
you the rundown. I'll tell you exactly, because I like I said, I'm this is like one of my things. Like I'm not like super like hardcore, but like I'm like if I see UFO and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch that. So Bob Lazar, he's this guy.
Yeah.
He's a scientist. He went to, I can't remember exactly what schools he went to, but he's a scientist, and he lived, I can't remember what state he lived in exactly, but he lived near Area 51. So it might have been in New Mexico or Nevada or somewhere that he lived.
Of course.
But he built a jet engine and put it in I believe like a Honda, and he got it to work with a jet engine. So from there, he got enlisted as like a subcontractor to go work at this compound called S4, which is on Area 51. So the guy, he's working there, and they're working on, just regular stuff. And then all of a sudden he figures out that his job, he says, is to reverse engineer, like alien technology. He said that there was stuff that was doing stuff that he's never seen before. And he said that he was walking one time and he like saw through like a crack. He thought he saw like what we know today is kind of like what an alien looks like and whatnot. He said he didn't get it. But he does say, he's like, I didn't really get a good look at it, so I don't take that as any evidence. But his evidence is, he said that they had an element 114, and he said this years ago. An element 114 is a real thing today. And he said it like 30 years ago, before it was ever a thing. And a lot of people say like he never worked there and blah 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 and stuff, but they found like logs that he did work there. He talked about like this hand scanner that they had there, and then people found that later on that was the exact hand scanner, because like they would scan your hand so that you could gain entry into the different things. So I mean, this guy is just incredibly consistent with everything that he says, and that was a very abridged version of it, but I believe this guy. Like he's so like just stone faced. Just he's not like a character in any way. He's just very scientific about it, and and you got to listen to the podcasts that he's on, because
going back to Joe Rogan, he was on Joe Rogan a couple times. Like I was eager to listen to it, but I'm like, But okay, like if you
God,
if
dude.
he's consistent and there's proof, I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, no, dude, it's crazy. Like I mean, he lost everything because of this. Like, I mean, he really did. Like, I believe he got like divorced. He had like some of the element 114 at his house, and like he said that there was like agents that were like stalking him and stuff like that. Crazy shit, man. I mean, you really got to listen to this guy.
Okay, is this a podcast on YouTube or?
I wonder if they're probably on Spotify now
Okay.
because of I know that obviously Rogan's exclusively on Spotify now. I don't know if they uploaded him
Yeah.
over.
Okay, I'll check it out. Do you listen to Rogan now since he's on Spotify? Well, I guess you do, right?
Yeah, well, so to be honest with you, I kind of like that he's on Spotify more because on YouTube
Wow, really? Okay.
you can't tab out. At least I can because I don't have premium. You know, I'm a broke musician, so. But I don't mind that he's on Spotify. Really, for me, it really boils down to who the guest is. Like I'm not one of those people
Yeah.
that listens every day because the Joe Rogan podcast. Like I look for like the guest and like what their background is and whatnot. But then again, who knows? I mean, some of these guests can be very interesting. Like, I mean, even people that I've interviewed are like super interesting. Like, just tying this in, I just did an interview with Taylor Barber, the vocalist for Left to Suffer. I know that you did a reaction to them a while ago.
Yeah, Loathe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for their song Loathe. Dude, I had no idea. That dude, number one, this is like the least interesting thing, but it's also extremely interesting. Dude is he's 6'6".
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's 6'6", and he was like a perennial Division I football player, like had like probably a future in the NFL. Like he was like a legitimate athlete, like a college athlete. And it's just amazing, like with the story, like what you learn from people.
Damn, I gotta listen to that. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, that'll be out in a couple weeks. I've been getting a lot of podcasts on. It's like kind of been like one of my goals for this year is to have a podcast every week for 2021.
Damn, okay. Keep it
Yeah,
up.
I've been trying to grind it out, man. Like you know, that and the album reactions, like because I do them on our Patreon now.
You are a hustler. You are a huge hustler.
I know.
Like another one's Nick Nocturnal. That guy is crazy. Man.
Yeah, Nick's awesome too. I know that you hang out with him in person. And I'm interested to hear some.
He's like a walking business.
He's
Yeah, I like him. Metal Babe and his girlfriend are like good friends. Miss Nocturnal. It's funny that like we literally live like right across the street from one another. It's like it's so ironic.
So did you know each other before the channel?
No, we didn't. But like I used to watch his channel beforehand. I knew he was from Toronto, but I lived in this small town like an hour away, and I moved to Toronto because of work. And yeah, and I started doing this reaction channel. I'm like, holy shit, I think Nocturnal lives down the street. And like then we moved, and now I can literally see his building.
So how did that come about? Like you just like started hanging out. How did that come about?
I think he was the one to reach out. Actually, he was the one to reach out because like figures Nick Nocturnal. He's a networking machine. That's the complete opposite of me. I'm not a networking machine. I'm a very introverted person. Hence why I get back to you so late through Instagram messages and everyone in general. It's not that I'm antisocial. I'm just I like my solitude. And but with Nick, he is like he hit me up saying like, oh, he's going to be at this show or something. Like I think that's how it started. And then we bumped into each other, just talked the whole time. We were just chatting the whole way through. And then Metal Babe invited them over for like a dinner. And I'm like, whoa. You're inviting Nick Nocturnal over for a dinner? Like what? Like we just talked to them once. Like for me, I was like freaking out. I'm like, oh man, like okay, like I was getting worried. Like I better not say anything stupid. Like is our place clean, like and stuff. And then had them over, and it was a blast. Like those guys are great. And then hung out with them like 2 more times afterwards. We have plans to hang out again, but Ontario is under strict lockdown with COVID and stuff, so it's a little bit pushed back. But yeah, no, that's how it started because Nick is a networking machine.
Yeah, no, I love Nick's an awesome guy, man. Like, I mean, he and I have talked quite a few times because we both play World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
kind of how he and I bond, so to speak. But like, he'll just be on Discord. He'll just be like, "Hey, man, call me up, like, and we'll just talk. And he reacted to our song, and I was just like so thankful that he did that.
Yeah, I know that was sweet of him. Yeah, and like a thing I like about him too, he's super positive.
Yeah,
Like
he really is.
he really is. Like, yeah,
No, he's just a great guy. I mean, I man, it sucks that you guys are in Canada. I mean, I'm in New Hampshire, so I'm like as close to Canada as you can get without being.
I'm coming down there, man.
Uh,
Or you come up over here. All
I
the
would love.
reactor, okay, except for you, but like all the reactors are like from Ontario. It's so weird.
I know that is weird.
It's so
Very
weird.
strange that like everybody's a Canadian.
Yeah. What's the other one? Rachel React. She's not Canadian though.
She's not. She's actually from my neck of the woods. So she's from Rhode Island originally, which is a couple states away. But where I live in New England, all the states are so small. It's like it takes like 8 states over here to make California.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she's from a state that's like 2+ hours away from me.
Shit. She's cool. I like her channel too. If you're watching Rachel, you're killing it.
Yeah, Rachel is awesome. She's super nice, and I don't think I've really ever seen her say a bad thing about any songs. She's just like she just loves the music.
Yeah, and I know Galactic Criminal is usually like that too. And I think that's I totally understand that. Like sometimes when you're just not feeling the song, you just don't have the words for it. That actually I've filmed a couple of videos where I'm like, I didn't like a song, but I just didn't have much to say. So I didn't even bother putting it out there. One was the new Silosis track. Or what was it called? Worship Decay. I actually found that song like pretty boring, not going to lie. And like the thing was, I didn't put the video out there because my review was just bland. It was just like, I can't find the words. It's just a song that I just didn't care for. But like, whereas like Division Area, I can do my best to explain why I didn't like that song. That's why I put it out there.
Yeah, so I actually haven't watched your reaction to that one yet because I'm usually a few days behind because like I'll wait to watch all those and then but yeah, what were your thoughts on that track?
Well, it's weird because whoever's listening at this point, but like Era is a band that I totally respect, but and like and it's so weird that I'm so critical about them because they're so talented. And then I listen to a band that just writes power chords and zeros, and I'm just like, oh, this song's cool. And then Era's like finger tapping and doing all this shit. I'm like, yeah, this song was kind of boring. And I totally get it, but I think it's just because the new song was just, I feel like they're so talented that when they write a kind of boring song to me, it sucks because the talent's there. The guitar playing is insane. The vocals are so good, and I feel like there's potential for them to do so much more. That's in my opinion. That's why when I heard House of Glass, I'm like, this song is insane. And Snowblood, I've grown to like it a little bit more, but the new song, Division Area, I felt was like, okay, cool tapping lead. Like it's not the most memorable tapping lead. Sure, it's like hard to play, but to the ear, it's not resonating so much. And, you know, Jesse's cleans. It's what I've heard from Era. Okay. Oh, okay, the part with JT there, the chant was kind of cool, but like that's how I'm listening to the song. Then like, okay, I've heard this before from the band. I'm like, oh, okay, the bridge is cool. Ooh, giving the bass some love. I'm like, okay, the bass, that I like that. And then there was some cool guitar playing, and then it was like a little bit of build up, and then the song just kind of ended. I'm like, that was underwhelming, man. Yeah. That was like literally my thought process through the song for me.
Yeah, no, and Adam loves him. And I know you just said whoever's listening at this point, but can I tell you something?
Let's hear it.
Your podcast is the most viewed and listened to one that we have.
Blame it on Metal Babe.
Well, we can compare the numbers after this one.
Yeah, they love they love the boobs. They
hey, we got.
I'm saying that because the one guy who's just like, I miss my girlfriend. Where's my girl? I miss her boobs. BEWBS. I just laugh, man. I just laugh.
It's funny. Like it's just
it is, yeah.
Because you know, it's just like it's never like a person who's on YouTube that's just like Thomas Green with like a picture of it. It's always like
it's like a LinkedIn profile or something. Yeah. I know, it's like this anime character or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's so funny.
Not disrespecting anime. I like anime. But yeah,
I've never got into that.
Yeah, I don't know. I like my Japanese stuff. I'm not like I don't watch all the animes, but like I don't know. I love video games and stuff. I'm a big video game person, and because of that, I like some anime. They write some cool stories, man. But and their graphics or the animations are awesome. But yeah, I don't know. Just like you gotta listen to, or I gotta listen to Bob Lazar. You gotta watch some cool ass animes. Attack of Titans is a sick one.
Yeah, my son actually has brought that. He's like, I kind of want to watch that. And I'm like, I've heard of that, but I don't know what it is. But yeah, because I'm trying to figure out a little bit more about Metal Burb besides the music. We got UFOs, we got anime. I know you have your pup, which keeps you busy, I'm sure. But
my what? Sorry,
your puppy.
Oh yeah, man, my dog. He's everything, man. Like the thing is, you have your kid, right? And my dog, I know it's not the same as a kid, but to me, he's like my kid. Like, well, and I know if Metal Babe were ever, if we ever had a kid together, like I'm pushing that dog to the side. My kid is going to be everything. But for as of now, yeah, I'm a huge dog person. I know the channel is called Metalbirb, but in a way, I kind of wish it was kind of like Metal Doggo or something. But yeah, I'm a huge dog guy. If it wasn't for, when Metal Babe left to go pursue her career, if I didn't have that dog with me the entire time, like I would have probably given up on the channel or something. Like that dog I don't know, kept me company throughout the whole thing. I know you love your cat too.
So. I do love my cat. He's a character, but no, man. I mean, well, dogs. I mean, to be fair, they are like perpetual 3-year-olds. I mean, they're just that's just how they are. But it's interesting. So you say that you like your solitude, but it sounds like there's like a point to that where it's like once you reach a certain threshold of too much solitude, it starts to get. I don't know if depressing is the right word, but
well, it's not that, but like. It's funny because like I was talking about my college party days. I was like mingling with everybody. But like the real true version of myself, I've realized is like, even in high school, I had just a close group of friends. Like, and that's how I am in like today. Like I still have the same group of friends that I did in high school. Like, oh yeah. Like since not even high school, since elementary school. Yeah. But we've all kind of drifted because they've all moved away to different cities and stuff, so we don't talk as much. It kind of sucks, but like that's me and Metal Bro, my buddy. We've known each other since we were like 6 years old or something.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah, so I talk to people who are like, closest to me, and like I kind of just like, even I like any job that I get or something, I always gravitate to one or two people. I don't like mingle with the entire office and stuff. I'm never one of those kind of people. That's why I like. Yeah, no, not going to lie. Like that's why I talk to you a lot. Like I like you a lot. I think you're a cool guy, and then there's other people that hit me up, and
let's go.
Well, I don't know, man. I just kind of gravitate towards to people who I just want to talk to because I think I said it at the beginning, but I can't do small talk. It's not really solitude, but small talk. I'm just like, how's the weather? I'm like, oh yeah, it's nice, and like I'm friendly, but you're not going to get a good conversation out of me.
Yeah, I never understood small talk. Even when I have a girlfriend now, but even when I was like dating, I was like, this is just like so stupid. Because like there's always like this like set of like, barriers you have to cross. It's like, let's just get to the meat of this. You know what I mean? But it's just like they were just like,
let's just talk about UFOs.
Yeah, let's just talk about UFOs. Exactly. That would have been a very entertaining first date. For me, I'm the same way though, man. I've had the same friends. Like one of my friends is like literally since I was like 4. I have another good friend who was like 7th grade when he moved to the town that I still live in, my hometown. I'm still in my hometown, and I just have a bunch of friends who are just all from my when I went to college, I had my kid, and it was a few years after. I was a little bit older than everybody else, so I never really clicked with anybody in college. Anyway, just because I felt like I had lived so much more life that it was just like I couldn't come. Not that it sounds bad, but like come down to that, I guess, because like they were just like, "You want to go to the football game?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. I gotta go home." You know. So
I know.
Yeah, I just never clicked with people like that. So I'm the same way. Like I like to network, but there's like the people that like I really enjoy talking to. and you're one of them. Nick's one of them. It's just it's weird how that happens, but
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm like a bad networker. I've always been, because like for me, okay, going back to Nick, I'm the complete opposite. I can't network with people because I just don't really care. I don't, even when it comes to jobs, like everyone's like, oh, because I do digital marketing for people who don't are listening to me, but right now, but I've been told so many times, you got to network, you got to go on LinkedIn and talk to a whole bunch of people, and like another reason why I hate social media and like LinkedIn is just it's so phony. It's so short conversations that don't mean anything. So that's why I don't use any of that stuff. But yeah, like I'm a bad networker, even though I know I should as a career opportunity. But it's just not who I am. I'm not. I talk to people who I want to talk to, or if they talk to me, and if I like them, then and can actually strike a good conversation, then those are the people I gravitate towards. Small talk, yeah, not for me, man.
yeah, no. So in the in the professional realm, I've never been much of a networker. I don't know, man. I've always, and I think this goes back to just how I am, just with the band and stuff like that. I've always, and we could get real deep with this, but just without going
Let's go.
we can. Growing up, I my mom went to prison when I was very little, like 6, for drugs and whatnot, and my dad was in the picture until I was about 10, and then he kind of like took off. So I went with my grandmother. So I never really had like that stable like parental figure. So I think with that, I've always had like an aversion to authority. Not like I'm like a badass, like fuck the police or anything like that, but like in terms of like I've had an issue with, oh man, how do I say this without sounding arrogant? Because I'm not trying to sound arrogant when I say
You haven't sounded arrogant once.
okay, well, this might come off that way, but I've always had an issue working jobs when I know I'm smarter than the people in charge of me, if that makes sense.
Slightly arrogant. No, I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
Well, because a lot of it's been, when I had my kid, I worked a lot of like menial jobs, and a lot of the people that I worked for they were just pricks because they could be, and it was just like a pretty menial job, and I could never really like get on board with like that career and stuff. I could never get into that. But then when the band started, I really felt like it was my thing. Like this is like mine. Like this is like my business, my thing. And I just feel like I'm just way more suited for that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah. And hopefully it makes me some money eventually, but yeah.
yeah, I know it's going to be tough, especially with a band, but like whatever stuff that you're learning right now through the band is going to help you with whatever else. Like talking about a band's longevity, like say when you're like 50 years old, will TrueShot be a thing? Who knows? But like all the stuff that you're learning will help you for whatever job you have in the future. Like all this marketing stuff that you're doing, like it's going to like help big time. Like you're doing some marketing stuff on the side, right?
I do. The problem what comes up sometimes is that a lot of bands are like, I got like $100. What can I do with it?
Oh yeah, nothing,
I'm
nothing.
like nothing.
No.
$100 is like a sneeze.
Yeah,
But
you can get a few clicks.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get like 4 conversion. But yeah, I just my goal, and I say this to Adam all the time. I'm like, I know that True Shot is a band, but I want us to be a fucking empire. I want us to do a bunch of shit. Like I want us to be a network, like that
Yeah.
has music as a part of it, and that's just how I always have envisioned it.
Keep grinding, man. And like the thing is, don't even put your eggs all in one basket. Like, and which is what you're doing. Like the music, like that's the big part, right? But like you're doing the podcast right now. You're doing the reaction videos. Just keep doing this shit. Like eventually, True Shot will be more than just a band. Like this could be a brand, right? It's not even just like a band. It's a brand that you're building.
Yeah, and that's kind of my goal. And I mean, it's cool because it's like the reaction channel and all that stuff came from watching guys like you. I mean, before I got it started, I mean, I remember I I know that obviously we joked about this on the first podcast, but I remember I was just like, when I was single, I was like, "Be fucking cool to find a girl who likes metal. We could be like Metal Burb." I was like, swear to God, that was the thought in my head. Then I got Adam, who's a much less pretty girl, but yeah. But no, man, I commend you a lot, man, and I know that you know, in a sea of, because like it goes back to networking, like in a sea of networking, like there is limits with people, and in terms of like the type of relationship you can have with them. But I feel like that you're just a very genuine person, and you're just an easy guy to talk to. Like I feel like I could like message you about anything, and it wouldn't be like weird. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man. Yeah, and I might get back to you in like 3 days, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean you are terrible at responding.
I know. I'm like that with like my family and friends. It's not just you, man. It's everyone. I'm trying to work on it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, but for social media, I definitely understand why you're trying to limit that time. I definitely understand why. I know that for me, I'm on there a lot more than I probably should be, because I don't want to miss anything when it comes to the band. Like I want to be prompt on everything
Yeah.
all the time. And one thing that I really want to try to do is to set aside time to really cater to the social media and then move on from it. But I have such a trouble with that, especially with the new song just coming out. I want to be like on top of everything, and that's actually gotten some decent traction. So it's like getting comments and stuff and everything.
Yeah, I saw that. Kudos to you guys. It's doing well.
Yeah, but
All because of the reaction channel, though. Seriously.
yeah, I mean the reaction channel definitely helps. But yeah, man, no, I know that I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I know it's getting
No. Go ahead. I don't care. I can still talk and like. Well, I don't mean to interrupt. What were you going to say?
No, I was just gonna say I was just gonna say I know it's late, but I'm doing another podcast at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So
Okay.
no, but I'll keep going though. I mean, this is
all right. Well, I just wondering because for me personally, we were talking about being successful, like building a brand and stuff. Do you ever like read up on this stuff? Do you ever like find books? And it sounds cheesy, but like how to be successful, how to build a brand. Like, do you ever like read up on that stuff?
constantly.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, it's constant. Like my girlfriend sometimes says to me, she's like, you can never just do anything without listening to something. I'm always engaging my brain with something, like because it's always marketing related. It's always like I watch that stuff, whatever I can find. A lot of times people are very general and vague, and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But you find that, like I mean I remember recently I had because I got laid off from my job due to COVID, and I was unemployed for a little while, and then I got a temp job, and it was like the most boring thing ever. So I just like went on like Audible, and I was just looking up like marketing books, and I came across Jesse Cannon. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No, I haven't heard of him. Do you know Neil Patel?
I've heard of him, haven't read anything from him yet though.
He's good. Okay, go on.
But no, I really like podcasts. I seek that stuff out as much as I can. I listen to musicians podcasts as well, because they usually have nuggets here and there,
Yeah.
different stuff. And I don't know, I am one of those guys that like I have found like marketing courses and I've like bought them, and I'm like, why the fuck did I buy this? It's like just a waste of money. But
it's hard to say. It depends on what's in it. But why I'm asking is because like I'm always like constantly trying to educate myself, and I think it's the only way that you can build a brand or even get better at what you're doing. To like anyone who's listening, if it's school or your job or something, like you just like have to fill your head with knowledge and keep doing things that you're uncomfortable with. Like that's why I'm always trying to improve the channel, like with like I don't know, camera quality and like the way that I'm like even presenting myself in front of the camera. Like how do I like make videos more engaging? How do I keep my audience retention higher and stuff? Like I'm always trying to educate myself, and like it goes with like everything, like even like girls too. Like it was just like back in the day I used to be super shitty with girls, and like learning how to be good with girls was like a skill set that I actually had to learn. It wasn't like like I just know if I be nice to them I'll get a girlfriend. Like,
you're a handsome guy. What do you mean?
Oh, I wasn't handsome back in the day. That was I was a fat, chunky, pimply mess, man. And like the thing was like the only way that I got better was I worked at it. I literally, okay, I went to start going to the gym. How do I improve my gym sets? How do I fix my posture and stuff? I haven't been to the gym in a year because of stupid Ontario lockdowns. Like I went for a month when it opened up. I gained some weight because of it, but I'm trying to work out at home.
Yeah.
Besides the point though, like the point is like I'm always reading books. And actually funny enough was, talking about my top 10 lists and how there was negativity and how to quit social media for like 5 days, which isn't much. I actually bought a book which was like how to stop giving a fuck. It's the name of the book.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a popular book, and I haven't read it yet, but I want to. I just haven't found the time. But I'm like, anytime like there's like something down or negative or something's not going my way, I always know it's a learning opportunity to just get better at it. And that's what you can do with your band and stuff. Like, obviously, the more that you put into it, the more you're going to get in return. Like, yeah, with Mirage and stuff, you guys are doing super well. The video is getting good views. I think I saw like 40,000 or something.
It's almost at 60 now. Yeah.
Holy shit! See?
Yeah.
Wow, that is so sick.
Well, yeah, that's why like I tell you, like when I have you react to stuff, I'm like, listen, man, I because I know you're not gonna sugarcoat it. I know that you wouldn't, but I just reiterate because I'm like, I really want you to tell me what's going. I really want you to tell me because I really take that stuff and absorb it, and I respect your opinion a lot. So.
Thanks, man. You like I said, you guys seriously keep getting better. That's the thing. Like, we talked about it on the previous podcast, which probably is like some of the people who watched my reaction video to you didn't realize, but I said that I just didn't like your early stuff.
You neither.
Yeah, and that's what a reason why I didn't want to check out your very first song when you hit me up was like, I don't know, I don't think I want to like it. And like, I don't want to shit on you because I like you guys. So I'm just kind of skipped it. And then you told me to check out Find Me I'm Missing. I'm like, okay, this was pretty good. Has potential. Okay. And like, that's the thing. You guys just keep getting better. And like, I can definitely get that with you and your drive to keep improving everything that you do. And I can guarantee vocals is a big part of that. So yeah, like I can only expect the next single is going to be even better.
Yeah, we got some. We definitely have some cool stuff cooking up. I know that everybody says that, but yeah, no, man, it's just one of those things that like I've kind of arrived at a point where I tell the guys, I tell Adam, I'm like, listen, man, like I tell him, I say, Adam, listen, you have a taste in music that's very niche because you're a guitar player. You what you like is going to be different from what the people like. I said, I'm more of like a general fan. I like a lot of stuff. I like my pocket, but like in the metalcore realm, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm like a fan.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So I say like, if I like it, I'm pretty confident other people will like it. And so like when we had that together, Adam's like, oh, I hope people like it. I'm like, man, people are gonna like this. Like, I can feel it. Like I like it. Like with our EP, we played shows and I had to force it, but like I really wasn't like into any of it. You know what I mean? Like
really,
yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. Like I just like Adam goes back, he's like, oh man, I really like this song. I really like this song because we were making the joke back and forth. Because now you have like Donna, you have Constance, but I actually started that trend in 2019. I named a song Kara after my mom. So, I started the trend.
Posers. Those guys are posers.
No, Spirit Box. And, but like Adam's like, I love that song. And I'm like, man, I literally, that's my least favorite. And it's like the most meaningful lyrically or whatever, and it's
really,
yeah, we played a bunch of shows and I just, I could just even feel it in the room that people like, like it was a little bit, but it was like, it was like just so surface level. And I was just like, man, we really need to not do that again.
Yeah. Well, I like how you're saying that you have your audience and Adam has his different one, but I like the idea of you guys to just keep exploring like the different subgenres of metal. You might not be feeling it. And like, but I think like, in my opinion, that the more different genres you tackle, like I know you're not going to be like a prog guy, but who knows?
I'll tell you, we did just do a reaction to Caligula's Horse.
You liked it?
I liked it outside of the vocals.
Yeah, that's a band that I would not recommend to you. But okay, that's cool.
Our work was awesome.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, so I feel like the more different stuff that you tackle on your channel will never or help your music in turn because you're going to just expand, your palette. So like I think the reaction channel is not a good thing, or I mean, it's a good thing for spreading out the message of your music, but it's going to also help your music in general. I think
it definitely does. And Rachel actually pointed that out. She was like, I think that's kind of like the game. But yeah, I'd say to Adam, I always use this visual. I'm like, Adam, you're here, I'm here. Let's do this. We'll meet. Boom. And that's what we just bring our influences and we just combine them and try to go. So like I remember I really felt like we had done that because on Reticent you put in the bottom right hand corner, you put for fans of Era, Amur, August Burns Red. And I was like, that's exactly what I want.
Yeah, there you go. See, exactly. Just keep dipping your toes into everything. And like, that's what I try doing with my channel. Like, I know that you say like, oh, it's proggy and it's metalcore, you might like it. And like, for me, I'm like, I don't know. That's definitely my favorite genre, but that's also a genre that I'm also very critical about. That's why people are so confused why I don't like Era. And that I listen to Deftones, which is a much slower band. And I'm like, holy fuck, I love this band. And then people are like, okay, like I don't want people to assume my taste in music. There could be like one song that they might be shocked that I like and then shocked that I might not like. And I like that. I don't want people to figure out what I like. Whereas like I love Galactic Criminal, but he's clearly like a deathcore guy. Like that's, if you go to his channel, you're going to get awesome deathcore, death metal. That what you're getting on that channel. With me, like you don't know what you're getting, or you don't know if you're going to like it. So it's kind of like a gamble a little bit, and that's kind of like the way that I want my channel to be.
Yeah, it's funny with Galactic Criminal because he did not start out. He didn't even like screaming in the very.
Yeah, I know, right? It's cool. It's cool to see his progression. Like he definitely did not start as a deathcore channel, that's for sure. But he definitely is one now.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I was talking to him one day and he was like, yeah, like I really like with like no effects and stuff like that. But for you, like what is that kind of like the band that everybody's surprised by? Because the one band that we reacted to that like everybody seems to like and I just cannot get into them is Orbit Culture. I just don't see it. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, no, that's a band that I surprisingly like. It's a band that I would never check out on my own time, but for some reason, I think it's awesome. Like it's because Metallica is a band I cannot stand. I know it's the legends in the metal scene. I can't stand James Hetfield's voice. I find it insufferable.
Yeah.
And I know how iconic they are, but I can't do it, man. And I find their tempos slow. And sure, they have some iconic riffs. And like, if you put on Metallica and I had a couple beers into me, I'm going to have a fun time for sure. But I mean, like on a reaction channel, like no. But Orbit Culture has found that nice little pocket where it's Metallica, but like way faster, way heavier, a little bit more progressive. And I'm like, okay, this is sick. Not every song I like, but it's a very good band. And I totally see why people love them. And that's why I had to put them on my top 10 list. I'm like, this is a really good album. Like, there's not really much flaws to it. That's another thing with my top 10 albums list. I don't know if you watch it, but
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Well, some of those albums, like I love them. But it's not the ones I listen to the most, which is how I try to rank them. I try to rank them as how the albums that I think are the most deserving, the ones that are like the best in those genres. And that's what I try to explain in the beginning. Like, Make Them Suffer, How to Survive a Funeral is an album that I love. I played the shit out of that thing. What's that?
Right behind you.
Yeah, exactly. I got that shit for free too. But that's an album that I play all the time and I loved it. But I didn't even put it in my top 10 list because it's a metalcore album that it's solid. It's not advancing the genre or anything. I don't think it deserves to be in a top 10 list. So that's how I kind of ranked them. So that's why I try to tackle so many different genres. I'm like, okay, I can see why people like it. One of those bands is Humanity's Last Breath. Humanity's Last Breath yeah, Galactic Criminal's a huge fan. That shit is so interesting, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
That's one of those bands that I'm trying to be open minded, but it's way too dark and satanic. Like it's not something I can listen to and be like, fuck yeah. But I'm like, okay, this is cool. I can see why you like it.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know, man. I need something a little bit more positive and not so dark.
Yeah, for me, yeah, a lot of the Slam Worldwide stuff, like Black Tongue too. I'm like, people love this band Black Tongue, and I'm like, what? How? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
no disrespect to those guys, but like, I just do not see that appeal at like Orbit Culture. I get it. To me, Orbit Culture is just a big thrash riff all the time, but maybe it's just a bad draw for the songs. But Black Tongue, I'm like, this is just do it. Like,
yeah, I know, man. I felt the same way, even though I reacted to one of their songs, and I thought it was really cool, actually. But I think it's so dark. It's very horror like, and I think it gravitates towards people who just like relate to just dark stuff and like.
yeah,
And I can see where they're coming from, but for me, doesn't usually gravitate towards me. Like I try not to have a preference. I said that,
yeah,
but if I did, it has to be up tempo.
yeah.
Has to have, I think that's a huge thing for me. If it's too down tempo, I lose interest. But then at the same time, I really love slow ambient songs.
Interesting.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, like I love this band called Sigur Rós from Iceland. It's super melancholic. It puts you to sleep. Love them. So like, I don't know. Like it's hard to explain my taste, but yeah, Black Tongue. I understand why people love them. Yeah, like you, not for me.
Yeah, not at all. I don't get it. But I know that before we started this this podcast, which has been going on for 4 days now, you had said that you were gonna be doing some Twitch streaming.
Well, man, I'm trying to figure out my camera and everything, and like I literally just did for this call. So holy shit, I need to figure it out. The thing is, like, I don't watch Twitch. I don't watch anyone on Twitch. I never watch Twitch streamers. So like I'm going to go into it completely blind, and I don't want to screw it up or something. That's why I haven't taken the challenge to do it. But I should. I should literally just do it and figure it out, learn my mistakes, and grow. But I haven't made that jump yet, but I need to, man. I need to.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know a whole lot. I mean, Nick is obviously the guy that you could ask for much more help. I can offer some, but I bet obviously Nick would be a much better advisor on that. But like,
Yeah.
what would you be interested in doing on there? Just like live hangouts, like live reactions, or
I think live reaction is number one because there's so many comments for people asking me to check out their music. And that's why if I allocate a video a day towards that person's song, it's tough. That's why I need to kind of keep it more streamlined to the bigger bands and stuff. Because if I keep reacting to the smaller bands, it doesn't help with my channel. I don't know, man. There might be the one hidden gem, but it also is not fun for me, especially if I don't really care for the music. But if I do a Twitch live stream and I'm reacting to all these people's songs, I know I could just bang them out quick, and I know it's good for my community. And I also, another thing why I really want to do Twitch, I just haven't gone around to it, is that I just want to talk to my like followers and actually have a human conversation with them, because like if they're just watching my reactions all the time, it kind of dehumanizes me as a person. Like you just get the very streamlined, very small idea of who I am actually. Like especially if I do like a negative review towards Era, people are going to be like, oh fuck this guy doesn't know anything. And like you're getting like a small little like percentage of who I am as a person. So if I can do Twitch streams and like I can joke about it, and those people can even like comment towards like why I'm right or wrong about a song, and then I can actually talk to them. That's why I want to do Twitch. I think it's a lot more, it humanizes me a lot more too.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a great platform. I mean, you'll see as time goes on, especially with Nick, who's very kind and he raids our streams frequently. That'll definitely help. What that is basically he takes his audience and transfers it to your stream. So it's like I'll be sitting there and I'll be like 300 people have joined. I'll be like,
oh shit, okay. I see. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm so oblivious to Twitch.
yeah, but no, it really does help because you'll find that you'll have like you'll have the people that are there, but then you'll have the people that are there. Like they'll come to like the streams and they'll hang out, and like you'll know them by their like I know people by like their usernames at this point. It's
Yeah.
definitely a nice way to um build that community a little bit more. And like I said, you know, I know that I don't know people look down on this, but you make a little money out of it. I mean, you do. I mean, it's
Oh
just
yeah, and I think they know that. They give you money too.
yeah,
I think it's foolish to think that no one thinks we're in it for the money as well. Like
yeah,
we put so much work into the YouTube channel that it's only reasonable that we want to try to make money off it too. Like, and granted, reaction channels we don't make much. That's why patrons and we were talking about earlier are like everything. They do so much for our channels, and
yeah, they really do.
and I feel like they know that. They know that we don't make money, and that's why they get they will be ahead of any subscriber. A subscriber might be like, check out this song, but a patron will ask for it. Like, sorry, patrons come first, man. Like, I know you're a longtime subscriber, but yeah, the patron is they're like that's why I call them the MVBs. They're the most valuable burbs.
Yeah,
Cheesy but true.
you know, I've definitely had some patrons though, like because we have our tier for like the reaction, and like somebody will be like at the $5 tier for 2 months. They'll be like, I've been a supporter for a while. Did I get a reaction now? And it's like, no, there's a tier.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like it's just I mean, it's right there. I mean, and then they're like, oh well, I guess I should have got my request in the old days, and it's like.
Really have gone that? I've never gone that because like when I get asked to do it, a specific song, I just say throw it in one of those polls. I can put it up for you and see if it wins in the poll. That's pretty much it because I can't do paid reactions. It's not fair to anyone else who's paying me just because you joined, you know, a couple days ago. It's not fair to other ones who joined, you know, months before you.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, man. I think I was a big part of you know, getting you to set up your Patreon.
Yeah.
And it's because when I set up mine, I was so skeptical. I was so skeptical of doing it because like I don't want to be asking people for their money, but you know, these videos they take so much work. Like it'd be nice if we can get some like this was with Metal Babe, like some financial reimbursement. So I just left it as $1, you know, $1 a month. That's it. And we got like 150 patrons, so $150 a month. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, thank you. Like I was mind blown. I'm like, wow, the fact that people are willing to give me $1 is insane. And then, you know, I did the $5 a month for album reactions. And like the way I calculated was because album reactions are so time consuming to export the videos from my Adobe Premiere Pro program, like is 10 to 12 hours long. I do it overnight. Yeah. That's how I export my videos. I leave my computer exporting the videos at night because they're such massive files. And like, I have to pay for Vimeo, a subscription service to upload to Vimeo.
Yep.
And with all the work that's calculated, I'm like, okay, $5 seems like a reasonable price. I'm going to leave it at $5. And here's my first album reaction. Go to Patreon because it's going to be blocked on YouTube regardless.
Right.
So I put it up there and then people signed up and like, wow, okay, thank you. Like it's crazy because like I don't know, I grew up in a family where we were very tight on money. And so I take money very seriously. And if someone's not giving me money, I am so grateful. Like I try to like thank my patrons all the time. Like, hope you guys are having a good day and like stuff. And like seriously, those guys, again, they're everything.
Yeah, no, you definitely had a big hand in us starting the Patreon, and it was crazy. Like, we're at like close to 100 people, which is just insane.
Yeah,
which is just is crazy. And like, I love doing the album reactions. I mean, I'll make jokes all the time. Like, yeah, I stole this idea from Nick. I stole this idea from Metal Burb. Like, you know, I'll just say it. But
yeah.
with the album reactions, I started grading each song to try to make it a little bit different and like give it like a grade at the end and stuff like that.
That's a good idea, man. I was even thinking about getting a notepad when I even do regular reactions and write down little thoughts I have because sometimes after the end of my reaction, I'm just like, shit, what was that cool part again?
Yeah, there was like that one part that was like,
that part I liked.
Yeah,
I like how you think like I have the musicianship perspective, but I even had one person said like, oh, Hardcore Keem's like the best reactor, but like I love your videos because you're like the analytic kind of guy. I'm like, really? Like I'm just like, oh, I loved it when the guitar went bam down, 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 down. Like I don't know, man. Like I feel like my reviews are I don't know, like they're all right. There's other people on YouTube that like break down the song just like, oh yeah, the dotted notes on the fourth beat were accented so well with the hi-hat from the drum kit. I'm like,
Too much.
what the fuck? How'd you hear that?
Yeah, that's too much for me. But
I know.
I like. Well, I mean, I think you're being humble, but like I know, like Adam will do that too. He'll be like, yeah, like I don't know if it was like some like lead or something. Like he'll just know just because he's listening to the guitar the whole way through. But yeah, man, no. So like speaking though of like your musical background, like have you? I know that you released one song that Andromeda kind of like reimagined and whatnot. Have you thought of doing like anything like music wise, like not even just a band, but just like a solo instrumental thing or something?
I really don't consider myself a musician. That's why. Like the thing I've told you before, and like it is like I started a YouTube channel years ago where I did guitar covers. I was learning really tough songs on guitar, and I kept forcing myself to learn like these insane songs, and I built up a little bit of a following. Eventually college came in and I stopped uploading. And then what was it, like 8 to 9 years later, I uploaded this new channel. And that's when, I don't know, it took until my Necrophagus, a technical death metal band, where I reacted to it with Metalbirb. I'm just like, listen to this song. This is a band I used to cover on guitar. And then I showed her one of my guitar covers afterwards. And there's my hand just going flying all over the fretboard. Cause like, it was insane. Like I was like, probably 20 years old and my fingers were like insane. Like I can't even play that fast now. Like I'm trying to get up to there again. Yeah. And but yeah, so I started that channel, and the thing was with the YouTube video channel now, like I don't think I can be a musician. I don't think I can make music because I'm much more of a marketing head and much more of a content creator now, because I just don't have the time for music. And the two songs that I wrote, Andromeda, I gave them to Andromeda because these are old songs, and Andromeda crushed it. He made it. He literally brought those songs to life. And I have ideas in my head to write music, but it's like kind of low on my priority of things to do. But I have this idea for this cool song in my head of like, I have the structure kind of made out. I just got to write the riffs and stuff. But I want to. I just don't have the time.
Yeah, well, so I was going to ask you that. Obviously, I knew it was probably time was a factor, but I just didn't want it to be like you didn't think you were good enough or anything like that.
I think like I'm a weird guitar player. It's hard to explain, but like I have really good technical aspects. I can sweep and shred, but I don't know my guitar scales. I don't know my time signatures very well, and I'm trying to learn. That's where like I'm a bad guitar player. I listen to other people like, oh man, Ice Nine Kills literally just got this new guitarist last year, I think. And I'm like, holy shit. I watched some of his Instagram videos. The dude is insane. He's like, all you got to do is play your A major chord over here and then do a little bit of a diminished scale over here. I'm just like, the way that he's talking. What's that?
You talking about Ricky Armolino?
No. Dan, I think is his first name.
Oh, okay. Sorry to cut you off. I thought it was going to be Ricky. Yeah.
No worries, but no, this guy's just insane, and like his technical ability is insane, and that's why I'm like, I don't consider myself a guitarist. Like I play guitar casually. Like I bought the 7-string recently because I want to do the odd guitar cover, but yeah, I don't know. That's why I don't say musician reacts to Spirit Box. Like
yeah.
Also, speaking of those titles,
yeah,
I hate how I have to kind of go like surprisingly super good, and then this band and then reaction/review. I hate how it's come to that, but it's the way it is. It's how YouTube rolls.
It really is. Fortunately we have one kind of built in for ours, but yeah, man, I saw Hardcore Keem for a minute there was doing just some outrageous
I know he's definitely like making fun of me too and stuff, but I don't care. That guy can get away with anything. He's literally the funniest person on YouTube, I think.
I think one of them was like Corey from That's So Random.
Did he do one like the guy that she told you not to worry about?
Yeah. He was like slightly overweight or something. Guy.
The thing, you know what sucks is that I actually had that idea to do that for a while. I'm just like, because I'm half Mexican, I'm like half Mexican reacts and stuff. But the thing is, I can't do it now because Hardcore Keem did it, and I just seem like I'm copying him. But I also had these ideas to give a little piece of information about me all the time, like through I don't know. I had what was it? Gallstones. So like Gallstone Survivor reacts. And so like with every video we get a little new piece of info about me.
Oh my god, that'd be
I know, right? I don't know. I had a whole bunch of ideas. One of them, actually, I still might do it. I haven't had the balls to do it yet. Was I got this idea from Video Game Donkey. Do you know that channel? It's a video game channel.
No, I don't.
Oh, he's awesome. He's hilarious. But anyway, I wanted to do something where like I'm done doing honest reaction videos and make a video saying like I'm done doing honest reaction videos. Clearly, you know, the people love it when the faker the reaction is and bands eat it up. I'm done. So Monday is going to be Nightwish Monday. Tuesday is going to be Tool Tuesday. And then for every video that I do, it's just going to be me just going like, whoa, whoa. And I know the audience would eat it up, but to my regular viewers, they wouldn't know.
Oh my god,
I know that would be a big gamble for the channel, but it's an idea I've had.
Oh my god, I would love to see the comments.
I know, right?
Because it's funny because like I feel like Europeans have like zero sense of humor. So like they will just take everything like dead serious. Like if you did like a Nightwish Monday, they'd probably just think you were like so authentic. Oh my god, like he loves it. I can't wait. This song.
That's exactly it. To prove a point. Yeah.
Here's 18 paragraphs about Flo's left shoulder. You know, it's like relax, people. Like what is wrong with you?
I know, it's insane that people just leave like literally Wikipedia pages in the comments.
I don't get it, man. People are very unique in that way.
Actually, that's something I want to say before is I do have a problem with those channels that dedicate to Nightwish and you know those big bands because I have a problem with the audience that watches those videos is that they only gravitate towards that one band. Well, they're just super. I can't stand that. It's those people who just listen to one band and they just, you know, that's the only band that they will listen to. And it just shows how closed-minded they can be because they're not listening to anything else. They don't want to check out any other band. Like a reactor who just does Nightwish like 5 times a week and then might do the one odd band on a Saturday or something won't get enough views because they don't give a shit. And it goes to show it's not the content creator, but it's also the audience will not listen to anything else other than if it's not Nightwish, if it's not Tool, if it's not no, Meshuggah's cool. But like, you know, those bands and like, it just shows how closed-minded they can be. And I can't stand that, man.
Well, yeah, that's what I was bringing up earlier about like Alip Bata or whatever his name is and band.
Yeah.
Like, I could literally send you screenshots of some people's video feeds. That's like Nightwish, 2.3K views. And then like, any other band 30 views 28 it's like they just don't it could be improper titling maybe for the videos but also it's just like that's a problem like they just don't watch anything else. That's why I was saying before I was like I'm glad we shit on Nightwish.
Oh man, I know. And that I made a tweet about that. I'm like what was it like, dude, reaction channels are cancer. I'm like, nah bro, Nightwish reaction channels are cancer.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so true, man. I gotta say though, reaction channels I feel like have really I don't know, they were kind of they've grown and they were almost like kind of like campy and like corny, like not to me, but like in other people's eyes before. And then I think when quarantine hit, people just loved them.
Big time. You know, I had the same problem with reaction channels at the beginning. I hated reaction channels. I'm like, it's lazy content. Those people are losers. Like they, you know, and I started watching Truant and a bit of Galactic Criminal. And then I'm like, who is this guy? But he's listening to some cool music. And then I started to get to know him and then, you know, listen to music through him and it clicked. But then the thing about Truon is that he never rated anything bad. So I thought, okay, this could be my opportunity to be that guy to actually criticize the music because I'm very opinionated. And also, yeah, reaction channels are getting way more credible now. But I think why reaction channels do so well, and I was actually even talking to Nick about this, is that, you know, people who do guitar covers, sure, they're way more talented than reaction channels. These guys are grinding, or like vocal covers and stuff, but they're not blowing up as much as reaction channels. And it's the reason is because you're not showing your personality. And your personality is everything. It's something that you've been working on since you were like a baby without realizing you're working on your personality. That is, you put way more time, you know, and hours into who you are as a person than, you know, how fast you can play guitar. And that's why reaction channels are blowing up, because people gravitate towards the person, not so much their technical abilities. Sure, like some channels like blow up, like some guitar players are crazy talented, crazy good, but there's also like people complain about reaction channels being so convoluted. There's also a good amount of convoluted guitar cover channels and vocal cover channels, equally the same. The thing is, reaction channels blow up because you know the person's personality, and it's huge. It's it's such a big part. And yeah, reaction channels are getting more credible because we're essentially marketing. We're a big marketing tool. Just look at what I did for aviations. And actually, speaking of aviations, was on an Instagram post. Aviation shared my video saying, "Thank you, Metal Burb, blah, 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 blah." And some guy commented on the video saying like, "Oh, reaction channels are cancer of YouTube, but hey, you know, I'm glad that, you know, your song is getting checked out though, man." He was like being friendly, but also kind of a dick.
Right.
And I went to go check out his profile, and the guy has like 2,000 followers on Instagram, and he's a musician. He's like a guitar player or something. I'm like, hey, dude, if you want to be in a band and you're trying to put music out there, don't shit on reaction channels. Just saying, like, don't be a dick, okay? Because like, if you want to blow up, we're going to be your best friends. So
yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's like you said, that's the personality. Because think about it: if Adam and I were just a guitar and vocal cover channel, nobody would know that. You know, our longest running joke is that Adam is the oldest person ever, regardless of his age. Like even when he was 7, he was like the oldest 7-year-old, or you know, it's just like it's just like the ongoing joke.
Yeah,
I love that stuff because I always make jokes about him being old because.
Well, that's exactly what Metal Babe to me. Metal Babe is like 12 years old, and I'm like 33. That was the ongoing joke with us. I'm literally a pedophile. I'm a pedophile.
Oh, look at demonetized. Okay, great.
Yeah.
But no, man, it's really cool. Like I never expected like the reaction channel especially for us to be what it was. Like, and you know, some people are like, oh, the reaction band and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, I'd rather be known for something than nothing. And it's like the amount of people that I've met through doing reactions is insane. Like,
I know.
Like, I mean, like I'll name drop here a little bit, but like Mike Stringer, like when I had him on the podcast, I messaged him. I was like, hey, Mike, like, I don't, and he knew who I was. Like he knew who I was. Like, not even, like just because of that. And like Jamie Hales from Polaris, like they know who I am. And I'm like introduce myself and like, yeah, I know who you are. It's just like, what the fuck?
It's unreal. Like, especially considering like the bands I've been listening to growing up and stuff, and like the fact that I'm in contact with them is insane. My biggest starstruck moment, I think, was I told you about Shane Blade. That was a cool experience because like I just had a good time with him. But I think the coolest one for me was Ben Weinman, who's the guitarist and founder to Dillinger Escape Plan.
Okay.
The guy is like literally a legend to the scene. He's one of the most iconic people who developed the scene that we listen to. And he shared a video of me trying to explain Dillinger Escape Plan to Metal Babe on his Instagram page.
That's awesome.
And the caption was just like, when boyfriends try to explain Dillinger to their girlfriends and stuff. And like, it had like, I don't know, 100 comments and stuff. And people were like talking about us and stuff. I'm like, I looked at him like, holy fucking shit, Ben Weinman. They like shared a video, and Mel Babe was just like, oh, this is cool and stuff. But to me, I'm like, this guy is like an icon to me. That was like my biggest moment.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just crazy. I mean, for you, man, like if you ever did interviews, you could probably get a ton of people. Cause like if we're scaling it down to our channel size, like straight up, like my interview tomorrow morning is Sabian from Alpha Wolf. So
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah, and I've been harassing him for a while. So I'm glad that I finally pinned this down. But like yeah, and it's just because like I can lean on the we do it in video form as well, and it goes out to 10,000 subscribers now. Not that that's like a ton, but it's like there's something about like that double digit that like is more alluring than like 9,200.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. Like it's weird. Like you could be at 9.9, but once you hit 10, you're like, whoa,
Like
true shot.
exactly. Like we literally like saw Patreon numbers like go up because of that from bands like want us to react to their stuff.
I think that happens to a lot of channels that hit 100K.
Yeah.
They suddenly just blow up
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like next Tuesday, I have Tuck from Fit for a King. I'm pumped
Oh
about.
shit.
Yeah, it's
That's another thing. I don't think I can do interviews, especially like with Tuck. If I'm like, oh yeah, so Annihilation, I fucking hated that album. So how are you going to improve?
just all right. We're here with Tuck from Fit for a King. Tuck, the path was terrible. How will you improve next time?
I know.
Oh my god, that's so hysterical.
That's why I'm like, I don't know if I can do interviews. It only have to be with bands that I've given positive reviews to.
That would be hysterical. I'd love that. But no,
The thing is with Fit for a King, I respect them so much. I think they're awesome. I love all the dudes. I don't want them to, but I did not like that album. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, I know that Ryan has definitely watched our reactions. Like he knows us. Like tonight he watched our reaction to Our Eternity on his stream, and like he knows it's like, yeah, this is TrueShot. Like, yeah, I guess like they talked about us on one of their other streams. But anyway, um, like I mean, I wasn't exactly positive about like God of Fire and songs like that. Because like,
Yeah.
I really like Dark Skies a lot, and then I was like kind of let down. I mean, to be from a listener perspective, from like a marketing musician advancing your career standpoint, I get it. But from like a pure listener, I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I know. And that's when I reacted to Our Eternity too. I'm just like, the amazing vocalist from Fit for a King. It's because like I want to know. I really like his vocals. I think this guy's awesome. Sure, I did not like your album, The Path, but I still think you're talented as fuck, dude.
yeah, they are very talented. But yeah, and so because Tuck he has that site Featured X. I'm sure you've probably seen it around, maybe.
That's him that built that site or has that
Yeah.
site.
Yeah, him and this other guy Jeff, who's actually manages the band Left to Suffer. Yeah, they started it.
No way. Wow. That
Yeah,
is a smart business move.
yeah, I'm on there now, by the way.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Maybe you can sing over my song that never got vocals.
yeah. You were supposed to have somebody.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know what happened.
Who? Can you say?
He did vocals for Andromeda already. Joe Hari is his name. The guy has really good pipes.
Is that a
really
band?
good It's very. He sounds like periphery kind of vocals.
I've heard of that. We did Johary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Okay.
Yeah. So the guy has good pipes, and it's been like 3 months, so I'm not counting on it.
For Johari. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, no, it's I always said to Adam, like, how fun would it be for us to do like a mega collab song with like Metal Burb, Nick Nocturnal, Andy Sizik, Andrew Baina, Johnny from those guys, just like a massive song. Just like,
And then get Hardcore Keem to react to it.
oh my god, that would be fantastic.
I love his channel. It's funny that people like, oh, you two got a collab and stuff because I comment on his videos like collab soon. I'm like, I don't think there's any way that Hardcore Keem and I can collab. We're both completely different channels. Like I love him, but I'm going to be staying there just going woo, and then Hardcore Keem is going like crazy or something. I don't know, man.
We got him to fall out of his chair from Mirage. Now
I know, I saw that. Your reaction to that was priceless. I was laughing.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. No, I enjoyed collaborating with you because I think we're sort of similarly styled channels.
We're very similar, but I don't like that's a good thing. I like it because that's why I like your channel too.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I definitely did go out of my way for you to try to figure out who we were. So I think it was the reflections, and I was just like, yeah, we reacted to this, and I was like, hopefully they see this and go watch it.
No, I totally I swear I saw Reflection Samsara and I commented on it or something.
No, it was reflections from nothing. Dun, dun,
Oh
dun.
yeah? Okay. And then Metal Babe said she saw your videos too, and then she said she liked you guys. I'm like, oh, okay. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I definitely did go out of my way for you to try to notice this, though. I just want to point that out.
I'm always like watching the odd reaction channel, like, because I just like hearing other people's thoughts. There's like it takes a while for me to like get to know someone, maybe subscribe to them, but like I always check out the newcomers and see how they're doing. That's why Rachel reacts. Like I'm like, shit, this girl's like super passionate. She can do a good review and stuff, and she's super honest. And like that's why I just had to shout her out. And immediately she was super happy about that. I'm like, I thought that was cool. I'm like, oh, no problem. Like I just genuinely think you have a good reaction channel. It's going to blow up, and it is. It's blowing up.
Yeah.
Then there's other ones too that I don't. Well, not I'm going to sound like a dick, not to crap, but like there's a good amount of reaction channels that are like the quality and the video and stuff. Like, gotta boost up your production a little bit. It's like potato quality. You're not going to get anywhere.
What an asshole.
I know, right? I know, but I still like listening to their opinions. But yeah, I don't know. And that was the thing for me. I'm like, because for me, I'm like, oh, do I have anything worth saying? Like, I don't know. I'm awkward in front of the camera, but that's why I'm going to invest in good production. Bought a super nice camera and lighting equipment, so the production is there.
Yeah.
But me is a little bit shaky. So I got the production part first.
Well, the production is awesome. We have, like I said, none of it. Like, I mean, I literally had to have somebody show me how to make like a transparent subscribe button. You know, that's like my biggest production increase as of late.
No, you guys have good production. The audio quality, I think, is like the number one thing you need as a reaction channel. Well, I guess the video too, but your video is fine.
Right. So we got like what I consider the bare bones, but like, you know, because what I try to do is I really try to edit, which is not much editing, by the way, but to like upload them. Like when we do our batch on Monday, like Tuesday, I'm like, all right, what I got to do today is I got to get these videos done because I don't want to worry about doing them every day, you know? So I try to, and I do usually get them done. So that shows you how little editing we do. But
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I don't even think people care too much about editing when it comes to a reaction video. They just want to see you react to the song, and that's it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. That's probably true. Yeah.
I don't know. I think you found a good way to just milk it and do it fast. Whereas me, I'm a little bit more delicate. I do the zoom cuts and stuff, try to make it a little bit more engaging, but people just skip and wait for the breakdown and wait for me to headbang, and then they X off.
Yeah, no, that definitely does happen. I'll add some of that stuff in, especially I edited one today where Adams called Facebook the Facebook, and I made fun of him about it, and he's like, I did not say that, and I like went back and it like on black and white, and you can hear him saying it, and he goes, and then later on in the video is like he turns to me and goes, I did not say the Facebook. He said if I did, I have a problem with that, and I played it again, and so like stuff like that I'll add in here and there, but usually I'm just like, oh, we gotta get these over with.
Yeah, and actually I noticed that you were doing some editing stuff. I think Brand of Sacrifice, you added like a clip before the breakdown or something.
Yeah.
Lifeblood. I'm trying to remember what happened, but yeah, I'm like, oh shit.
It was from Scary Movie that he goes, but wait, there's more.
There's more. Yeah. I know, and I added the little raver kid.
Yeah. But no, like just through doing the reactions, I met like Matt from Ashtone Audio, and we're actually giving him a chance to help us out with a song to mix and master one. So
yeah,
he does. And yeah.
It's crazy that like to me, I know 54,000 subscribers is huge. That's like insane to me. I don't, and the thing is, I don't do this to get popular. Like it's a weird catch-22 because like
you do
the more popular I get, the more pressure I feel. But also at the same time, the more popular my videos are, the more I can show off the good music. So it's like a catch-22. Like I want the channel to grow so like people see these videos, but at the same time, I don't want that pressure because I know people will take my videos out of context and stuff. And like, I have this weird conflict about my channel growing, but it is what it is.
You hold a band's future in your hands. You're like,
oh man, that's another thing. I'm like, I hate it when bands watch my channel. I'm like, bands, don't watch my channel because I might shit on your song, but
you have 70 monthly listeners. Now
I know.
Bro.
Oh, Metal Burb says this sucks, so this band is shit too.
Yeah.
No, I know the thing is, like, I know a lot of my videos, like Era, for example, I did not like the song and I was the minority. A lot of the comments were just like, I thought this was a great track. Oh, this song was awesome. Like, that's cool. I don't want you to guys, I don't want it to be a hive mind of people shitting on the song.
Yeah.
I don't want the band to come to my video and everyone's shitting on the song. I hate that. Actually, that did happen with some of the Era comments where people were like, oh, this is boring. This song is very generic and stuff. I'm like, but they were like being kind of rude and short and not explaining themselves well. They're just like, oh, the song sucks. I'm like, that sucks for the band. Like, explain why. That's why I put the video out there. I'm trying to explain why I don't like it. Whereas Silosis, I'm just like, I don't know, man, the song is boring. And like, I don't have much to say. And so I didn't even bother to put it up there.
Yeah, no, but I do agree with you with that Arrow one though, man. Adam loved it. He said that was his favorite of the singles, and I'm like, what do you mind? I'm like, that was my least favorite.
Yeah, I think if you're an Era fan, it speaks volumes to you. But if you're not an Era fan, it's just yeah. I think it's one of those things. I could be wrong, but that's how I perceive it.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to doing Architect's Dead Butterflies. We're doing that on Monday. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh man, I gushed over that song, but like, I don't think you guys will like it. Who knows, maybe. But for me, that was the song at the right time, the right mood I was in, and it just floored me. Like, it was a song that I think I was just in the right mood. I listened to it again. I'm like, okay, it's good. It's a good song, but I definitely think I did overhype it a little bit. But that was because like I was just in the right frame of mind right there and then. It's a good track. I love it.
Yeah, well, I mean, after, so I remember I tweeted out because of the last track, Black Lungs. I said we're going to do a reaction to it. And Architects actually messaged me. I don't know if I told you this or not. Yeah. So ever since then, I'm like, okay. So now, like, if I ever, because now, like, on Twitter, once you accept a message from somebody, now they'll see all my messages. Like, they'll actually pop up. They won't just be a request. So I'm like, so after we did that reaction, I was just like, here's a proper reaction now, just like trying to like find my way back into the conversation. And they sent me like they just sent me like the fist emoji or whatever. Probably didn't watch
really, eh?
Yeah, they probably didn't watch it, but it was still cool.
That's awesome.
Well,
that's why I like the band. They're such humble dudes. They've blown up. They're huge now in the scene, but like knowing where they're from, like I know they're the most humble dudes. And they don't do it for the fame or anything. They're very introverted people. That's the impression that I get.
Yeah.
And even with like Tom, when he had cancer, they didn't tell anyone. They kept it very under wraps until he just suddenly passed away. That's just how the band is.
Yeah, it was really super cool for a band of that magnitude, size, influence, pedigree in the scene. Like, they reached out to me. I mean, they could have just been like, I can let them do a reaction. We'll just block it anyway or whatever because it wasn't properly out yet. But they took the time. And Adam's like, oh, it's probably their PR guy. I'm like, I don't think that they probably have like a guy who just walks around doing that for them. I could be wrong, but I don't think
they could. They're pretty big. They might have a social media guy.
They could. I like to think it was Sam himself. It was like, Richard, you got to wait on this reaction, mate. Okay, you got to wait. But
oh, bleh. But he
it's for him.
He shared on his Instagram a video of Tulip Mafia reacting to his song, actually. So he does watch reaction channels.
Yeah, he probably does know who we are.
Oh, Tulip Mafia, that guy is pretty funny. I don't mind his videos.
I enjoy him. Although I will say one bad thing is that in the past I did subscribe to his Patreon for him to react to our song, and it never happened. So
oh shit.
Yeah, so that kind of bums me out a little bit. But
yeah, I like his channel. It's hard to say. Tulip Mafia fans, I'm sorry. I don't know how genuine he is, but he seems very genuine. He seems a lot more genuine than others. So that's why I like his channel. But he's not 100% genuine in my books.
Right. Hold up, people. Hold up. It's
he is funny. It's a good time.
Yeah, he's great. But yeah, man. Look, man, I know that I kept you here late. But it was really cool to chat with you. I know we can keep going. I know it's late though.
Yeah, it is late. I have to work tomorrow. Shit. And you have an interview.
I know with big time Sabian from Alpha Wolf,
Yeah.
who I've been tracking down for months at this point. But listen, man, it was really cool to catch up. Always a good time to talk. And I know that you had mentioned that you were interested in doing like a news sort of thing. I don't know.
It's just an idea. I want to talk about relevant news maybe as an idea. I haven't gone around to it. And you know what I'm thinking before we end this conversation?
Yeah.
Once we stop recording, I'll let you know what Metal Babe does for work.
Ooh.
So if it does slip, it's on you.
Okay. I have a journalism degree from a very prestigious New Hampshire college. Okay. I don't reveal any of my sources. I don't reveal any of that stuff.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, thanks so much for doing this and for staying up late with me. Yeah, man, it was really cool catching up, talking about a bunch of crap.
Yeah, man, my pleasure.
Cool. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the TrueShot Guest Spot podcast with Metalbirb. As I told you, we talked about a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's just too many things to name. If you made it this far, you're over 2.5 hours in now. Let us know what you think of this episode. This was really like the most genuine conversation to date, I think, just because Metalbirb and I don't know, man. We just gel well, and he's a great guy, and I hope to one day meet him in person. But anyways, if you want to support the podcast, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, share it with a friend if you listen on Spotify, and if you're on YouTube, hit all the buttons. Subscribe, like, share. What else can you do on YouTube? I don't know, whatever. Anyways, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.